What is going on, people? How we doing? There is a lot of glare. You can actually see. Whoa, actually, it's coming from this side, not even this side. Oh, I know what the problem is. 1 second. There we go. A little softer there. I was like, man, I can really see like the glow over there. But anyway, what's going on? Hey, BT, how you doing? Raina, what's going on? Squeaky Jr., how are you? Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to join this man and this video game in holy matrimony. I hope that you're all doing well. I apologize for not having my stream yesterday. We had a little bit of we had a long night actually with the dog. A couple of days ago, we had it was kind of a little unexpected, little it was a long night. I guess that's the best way I can put it. It was a long night. And so throughout that long night, poor little Duff is, she's still with us and she's still doing okay, and we're just having to play it by ear. But that particular night she was not she was struggling with breathing quite a bit, and she was struggling just all around to kind of breathing, a little bit of eating, and also she's basically building a lot of fluid, and that fluid makes her uncomfortable, so she gets up a lot. And the pill that she takes makes it so that she pees a lot to get that fluid out. So if we want her to be able to breathe okay, we have to give her more medicine, but that in turn makes it so that she has to get up and go to the bathroom pretty much all the time. I mean, I literally watched this dog go get some water, turn around, pee on a pee pad that we have set up, and then turn around, go back for water, and then come back and pee on the pee pad again. That's like how crazy this stuff is. So, good. I hit 50, building up some AA now. Hell yeah, baby. Groundskeeper Joe, what's going on, baby? How you doing? How you doing, boy? Boy, how you doing? You might notice this sexy little haircut that we have going on. All these hairs. You see them all? There's hairs. They're there. And then we got this this little beard thing going on. Although it's already starting to come back in, which is crazy. But yeah, we're doing this for charity. We're raising money for the veterans struggling with mental health disabilities. Where do we want to go? What do we want to do? My dog is my sidekick? Yeah, same. 100%. 100%. If I had... Hang on. I will take a picture of the two little dynamic duos. I'll post that on Discord later. But yeah, they're right down there for me. She hangs out with me most of the time that I'm streaming, and he does too. He's my boy, my ride or die pug. Where do we want to go? Kind of want to do something different or weird. So I do want to bring some attention. I'm probably going to wait until we get some more people in here, but I do want to, there's a couple of things I want to talk about, because I want to bring some attention to folks to maybe realize the some of the outcomes and some of the discussions that people are having pretty openly, and have them really look at some of the things that are coming out of some of those discussions, because I think it's important. But I just got here. You're good now, my child. Rubaz, how you doing? Any new THJ news? We still good for another week. Haplo, there is new news. There was a series of court documents that were filed by Daybreak yesterday. Again, There's going to be a Q&A tonight. It is not going to be a topic of discussion. Aporia hasn't told me that. I'm just telling you that. It's not something they can talk about. And the thing that I wanted to talk about, I guess I'll just throw it out there, even though there's only 18 people in here right now. But the reality is they are using your comments on our videos against THJ. So when you guys are coming out saying Daybreak is a piece of shit and they're doing all these terrible things and I'm discontinuing my accounts and they suck and they're terrible, they are utilizing your comments to attack THJ. In fact, one of the evidentiary submissions that they made, they literally came out and said, here's a series of comments that people have made, and they're on these YouTube videos. So just as a heads up, the next time you think about like lashing out, try to think twice. You do whatever, but just think about what you're saying and what may be construed and how it may be taken. Are our comment? No, your comments nowhere are safe. If you're saying something out loud, then it can be used. Like it's the reality is that when you say something, you put it out into the ether for anybody to use. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be VODs and things of what you're saying. Yeah, Florence, exactly that. It's exactly that. What's going on, Big Wojo? How you doing, baby? Yeah, we're doing okay. She's trucking right along. She's laying down next to me right now, and she's doing okay. Anything you post on the internet is forever. Yeah, including those pictures of my butthole. I mean, what? I would never. So I just want to, like, I'm going to reiterate that a couple of times during my stream because I think it's important. And people who are posting that stuff, like on my videos and stuff, I typically don't respond, but I also don't delete the comment. I just don't. I hope that people can be grown-ups about it. You know what I mean? What's going on, Warclick? How you doing, baby? A person's opinion that a company is terrible is just an opinion, though. Yes, but when you have an opinion that is, I'm canceling all of my Daybreak accounts, I'm never going to that server, all because of THJ, that paints a picture that can be taken out of context and utilized against THJ. Yeah. We're running Paladin, Enchanter, Wizard. Paladin, Enchanter, Wizard. And we're just running around. We're trying to, actually, I want to level some eggs. I'll finish leveling these boots first, but we're trying to level some stuff. I accidentally deleted a bunch of eggs, these eggs right here, and I'm going to try and level them today. I just kind of want today to be kind of a chill day, kind of a relaxed day. I just got done reading all the documents. That's why I was late starting my stream, and I apologize for that, guys. I was reading all the documents that they posted yesterday. And it's sad. It's sad. Yeah, if I'm being honest, some of the stuff is a little discouraging because basically they hand selected a bunch of comments and posted that, utilized them as evidence to show that essentially THJ is stealing their people away. And you know, I don't think that was people's I don't think that was people's opinion, like when they were making those comments, but unfortunately that is the way that they're being utilized, and that's the way that those are being, you know, represented in court. So, yeah, it's a great combo. Yeah, I'm not going to delete anything. I'm not going to delete. And honestly, you don't have to delete the comments. There's some like really weird things you can do on YouTube. You can actually you can hide someone's comments from everyone but themselves. It's really weird. It's kind of a genius, but it's also kind of weird. But yes, there's things you can do. I always thought like some of that shadow banning stuff was bullcrap. Like you would flip through like TikTok or Shorts or whatever, Instagram, whatever, and someone would be like, "I've been shadow banned," and then I looked, and like sure enough, there actually is some infrastructure to do that to people. It's kind of interesting. Was this posted in their Discord? No, it was not posted in their. Well, I think it's very likely that it was posted in their Discord, but I didn't get it from their Discord personally. Well, I understand that, Broken. Most people have been saying things along those lines in a retaliatory way, which isn't right, and I'm going to stop talking about it because, I mean, it's sad to me because the entire argument feels like a playground argument shit. Well, I mean, it's not a playground argument. It's an actual real life, federal copyright law case. I think it couldn't possibly get further from the playground, right? The problem is that when people are frustrated, and it's okay to be frustrated, and I don't want anybody to think that it's not okay to be frustrated. The problem is that those people's frustration is being taken out of context, and it's being utilized in a way that harms the thing that they're frustrated about possibly being at risk. And so I want to let people know, and I want to put it out there that if you think about what you're saying before you actually like type it and put it out there, nice, we just got an echo of memory. If you look at that stuff and you think about that, why am I looting? Oh, because I can loot. Ooh, because I have those bags now. Nice. When you think about that and you take it and you put it like in the actual context that's intended is great, but the problem becomes these people are taking your words and taking them out of context and representing it as essentially like everyone's out here like. And it's one of the reasons I've been really hesitant to make a lot of videos and content about this, because I actually made a whole video and deleted it last night, because I don't want anything that I have to say or anything that my involvement or anything to hurt their case. And I don't want to like, honestly, I don't want to like poop on either side. I don't want to like bring bad air to either side. I do think that this is a really tough situation to be in, and unfortunately, like, we're going to have to watch it unfold, and there's a lot more people at risk and a lot more people to consider than just Daybreak and just THJ, like the server, as we've witnessed kind of with Project Quorum. Scummy thing, they're using people disliking their actions as fuel for their defense. Yeah, exactly. I know, but their use of "he said this about me" feels like playground chat is what I mean. Oh, no. So they're not like saying the "he said this about me." What they're saying is here is a picture of a YouTube comment that where people are actively saying that they are leaving live EverQuest in favor of THJ for and that is they're utilizing that as ammo to say they are stealing our customers actively. They're saying they're utilizing that ammo to say, hey, these guys right here, see this comment, see this comment, see this comment, see this comment, see this comment. Do you see these other comments? Where are all these masses coming from? See all these comments? These people right here, something weird is happening here. But they're utilizing these comments to say like, oh yeah, they're stealing our customer base. This is unfair. This is unfair competition because they're utilizing our product. This is their claim, not fact. Those are normal spawns. No. The ones that started like they just started popping up on my threat list. Like why? How is this aggroed on me? You don't think negative comments on their own prove anything unless a judge rules in Daybreak favor based on it, and it seems like something. Yeah, but why you're why give ammo to the other side? Like why give them something to utilize? Like do you want to put bullets in the enemy's guns and then say, "Oh man, after something happens, geez, I really wish we didn't put bullets in their guns." Man, that maybe that wasn't the smartest thing. Or would we rather just not put ammo in the guns and say, "Hey, listen, this is really not, this doesn't help anything. In fact, it could possibly and potentially hurt something, Oh yeah, that is court though. Court. So I don't know if you guys have ever like had personal court experiences, but in court, when an attorney asks you a question, they can force you to answer yes or no and provide absolutely no context to the question. Like oh man, the stuff that they can do by like just they don't have to add context. And in fact, in many cases, they can just completely misconstrue what something is. It's the other side or the other side's attorney's job to then provide context. But if you, like, not you specifically, but if anyone creates a dynamic where context can be taken into question, like, why bother fighting that? Like, why create that circumstance or why create that moment in time? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't help anybody. There's like no benefit for putting that out there, how about you yeah. I wonder how many of those comments are there before. Yeah. Well, Candyman, so again, you bring up a really good point, but again, context can be manipulated. Right. Best case, it only raises their lawyer's bill for needing to defend some bullshit. Right. Exactly, Florence. Exactly. And that's a whole nother thing, You don't want to create more of a burden. Or I don't personally want to create more of a burden. More than anything else, what THJ is passionate. Oh wait, how do we know that it is not pro Daybreak anti-THJ group of people posting that to make things look worse? I mean, you could say that, but they utilized I'm not going to give names or I'm not going to put anything out there, but they utilize some people who hang out in this stream, like names that I know. So. Good for you, bud. High five. In your office during the stream. Hell yeah, boy. Yeah, some of the people who they reference comments from are people that I know. So I can pretty easily say that it wasn't. They're not fake. They're not created. And I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like, I've experienced a lot of people making those comments on my videos. I don't delete them. I don't do anything with them. I don't like them. I don't mark them in any way. Because I believe in transparency. I don't believe in hiding stuff. But at the same time, I also don't want to support a connotation which can be utilized in a bad way. Ham is actively removing comments. Ham. Oh, Hammock J. Yeah, I feel kind of bad for him in some ways, but in some ways, like, he probably shouldn't have made some of the comments he did, but that's on him. A great lawyer will easily do that. You like, I love you. I don't care how good of a lawyer you have. There are so many factors, and it's not something you can just say is automatic. It's not black and white. It's not an on-off switch. In fact, court lives in the gray. The entirety of a court system and the entirety is to sift through the gray and turn it into black and white. And so, you know, I just don't think that it's a good idea to articulate or put those kinds of things out there in any court situation. What THA brings to the community are passionate devs who actively listen to their player base, and the same can be said about Quorum to an extent as well, but Apari and Cat are 100% accessible with concerns to reach out to. This is the only thing I will say on this. It seems like, to me, McDonald's say the Burger King are stealing customers. Yeah, well, they're right. So their claim, and again, this is not like speculation, this is taken directly from their documents. Their claim is that Daybreak or THJ is utilizing Daybreak's own assets to essentially destroy their company and create an unfair economic situation. Like it's their claim is basically that Daybreak cannot possibly beat THJ because THJ is utilizing Daybreak's assets, and they don't have to actually do any of the hard work or put any of the money into R&D. They can just benefit from the assets of Daybreak and just profit, essentially. Something very interesting did come out in these documents, though, about some emails. There is proof now. There is unequivocal proof that THJ did reach out to Daybreak trying to make a deal. That email was put into evidence by Daybreak, along with another email. What's going on, Dirty South? How you doing, baby? I'm getting tired of the drama when even some creators jump ship. Yeah. Well, it's more than that. And like, listen, guys, I want to make it really important, like a statement. I like Hammock J. I like Hammock J's content. I think that speaking about legal matters without actually having any type of like knowledge, like saying, hey, representing something as something it's not, or representing something when you don't have all the information is really dangerous, and I don't encourage anybody to do that kind of thing. And to some extent, that's what, like, it's kind of what happened, right? He kind of advertised in his video that that THJ was making millions of dollars, and that's a really dangerous and not smart thing to do. And unfortunately, you know, he has to do what's going to like protect his own interests. And, you know, he made another video pulling back those comments and letting people know that he did not have proof of those statements, and that he's going to take a step away from it. And I think that that's fair. I think that that's fair. There's nothing out there that says that he has to continue to cover this content or that he has to continue upon anything. What docs are we talking about? Yeah, Wesker, Daybreak submitted some new documents yesterday. Yeah, you don't need to prove it. I mean, they're going to prove it in a roundabout way, because what Daybreak's going to do essentially is they're going to say, we had last year when we dropped Teak, I'm pulling a fake number out of my ass. But Daybreak's going to say, we had 1,000 subscribers. We had 1,000 subscribers last year at the same time. And then they're going to say, well, now that THJ's out, we only have 400 subscribers. And they clearly stole those 600. Those 600 people might not even be playing EverQuest anymore, but it doesn't matter. That's how they're going to represent it. And you have to, like, you're talking about like pretend numbers to some extent, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to sell a perception, and then basically what you're doing is you're showing someone the very first picture in a book, you're showing someone the very last picture in the book, and then you're essentially arguing with the other party about everything in between. I wonder if his afraid his account might be banned or something if he continues to cover THA or any private. Yeah, I mean, that might be his concern. I don't know is that there's any reality to that concern. There's no proof or evidence that Daybreak is acting out against content creators or anything like that. Where does a new player find one of these eggs? So BT, these eggs are from the Easter event. Oh my god. Wow. We filled up our inventory awfully quick. These are from the Easter event, my boy. And unfortunately, there is not currently another way to obtain these eggs. Yes, Mighty, that is... A lot of people did express concern around the new TLP. So much so that they edited it. Hey, what are you guys barking at? What are you guys barking at? Umbral Plains is the platform. So, believe it or not, we actually found that Umbral Plains is not the highest amount of money. But Umbral Plains is very good, yes. We're not farming plat, we're actually just leveling eggs. We're leveling items. But thank you, Lumpy. Appreciate you. We actually discovered the other day. So I did finish Plane of Hate. Plane of Hate is it's pretty good, but it's also a giant pain in the rear end to pull all of Plane of Hate. Like a giant plane. Because you have to go in and out of all the buildings and you have to run around, but it is very, very good for money. You should, if you need money, you should be hitting Plane of Growth every day. If you need money, you should be hitting Plane of Fear every day. If you need money, you should be doing, like Seb is really good and you don't actually have to like run through every little thing. If you have low resist, Seb can be a little bit of an issue. Hey, what's up, J-Doc? How you doing, baby? She's okay. She's okay. She's all right. So I just want, like, I do think, you know, while we talk about this stuff, Gaming Broken, where about these docs posted? I'm not going to provide them to people just because I don't think, like, sharing a lot of stuff is really appropriate. I don't know. I hate the idea because I don't want to be like the source of the information. But you can, if you Google Daybreak lawsuit, you can find them pretty easily. What saddened me is I think Daybreak might turn this into a battle of attrition, hoping THA player base will stop playing without new content coming in over time. Maybe they think that. I mean, they're definitely not selling that as the issue or the problem. They're definitely they're selling a very, like, what they're claiming. It's kind of an ironic claim, actually, for reasons I'm not going to get into entirely. But their strategy is a little interesting to me. I guess I'll just say that. They made some interesting claims and some interesting approaches, I guess, in there. But yeah, I mean, it came out that somebody emailed them about the server and like pointed out and made some interesting representations of the server without actually like there wasn't necessarily a lot of evidence or a lot of proof of some of the representations, but I don't know. There may be more evidence that hasn't come out. I mean, they haven't reached the discovery phase yet, so we won't know exactly what's out there. And also, in a lot of these new documents, there's a ton of it that's redacted. And what I would just encourage, again, I'm just going to say it again, we've got 56 people in here now. Just be careful about what you're saying and what you're posting out there. Maybe you intend for some of the outcomes, I don't know, and that's, you know, that's your prerogative. But just remember that when you post things out there, that they can be used and that they can be represented out of context. And if you're making a comment on a video or in a stream or anywhere out there, that comment can be taken They took comments not only from videos, they took comments from Discord, you know, and they basically said, "Hey, look, these are the type of things. This is what people are saying. This is what people are doing out here." And regardless of the context, they're representing it as being something. Could a melee class pull like you? Yeah, absolutely it did. Yeah. Give me your class combo and I can tell you how to do it. Yeah, just let me know. Just give me your info and I'll give you the 411 on how to pull it off. All right, guys, look at this. Look at this. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm about to sell stuff that isn't my eggs. Whee! Sell all. Boom. Yay! We sold everything that isn't my eggs. I'm just gonna move everything up here, I guess, and then just talk to him again. I feel like that's faster. I could be wrong, but it feels faster than just clicking each individual item. I am not historically like a big fan of these bags, but this does make it awfully nice. Not having to like go through and like break down each individual. Do these ones fit? Oh, those go in there too. Okay. Or save the pearl necklace, you know, for reasons. Reasons. Pick up then auto. Oh. Oh, pro cost. Genius. That's a good one. Ooh. Wow. It is raining like a mother lover outside. All right, there we go. Boop. That's a good one. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Let's see. What button could I use? I could use this button right here. We'll make that when we go back. Don't you worry about my skin, baby. Oh, don't worry about my skin, Nick. You said you wanted more skin on my face, and I gave you more skin on my body, baby. Come get it. Can't sue me for having naturally born big weenie. They could. Yeah, they could. If they own rights to that weenie. Warsham Cleric. Oh, dude. Okay. All right. All right. I can tell you exactly how to do that. So first of all, your shaman has a spell called Infectious Disease. Okay. And you're going to want to use Infectious Disease as your, like, your AoE spell. Now, I got you one better. Your cleric has an AoE spell called Word of Spirit and a whole series of Word of Spirit. It's, if you look right over here and you go to direct damage and go down to magic, there's going to be a whole like line of spells that are this color, this like purpley blue color. Yeah, the AoE stuff, right? So you're going to pull everything. And then what you're going to do is you're going to utilize those spells. Just make sure that whenever you pull everything, it's all in front of you. So make sure whatever you have pulled everything. And what you're doing by keeping it in front of you is you're making sure that you can still parry, riposte, and block everything that's attacking you. And if you need to, if you don't have good enough gear to like tank everything there, your warrior is going to come with a stance called Furious Stance. And you're going to click that Furious Stance, and you'll be golden. You'll be good. Right as rain. You need an auto inventory button to speed that up. Yeah. Eyebrows still intact. That's right. That's right, Hurricane. Reinstitute the Easter egg drops. No, they can't. So Easter eggs would be, that would be a change. They can't run any events, and they were a part of an event. Grab a Painbringer and use it with Rage of Ralazek. Yep. Yep. You could do that as well. You could, or Feyguard Blade Catchers, which have a slightly better ratio. Prevent casting interruption. Not exactly. Not exactly. But when you use Disease Cloud... Oh, shit. Apparently the storm is... What time is it? 5:07. Okay. F's. There we go. We back. We back. The rainstorm just disconnected stuff, I guess. Interesting. The rainstorm just disconnected things. I apologize. If you want to like speed up the stream to the current moment, just refresh the page. But we did just get disconnected. That was interesting. Maybe it's a bug. Yeah. Well, you got to understand, man. They still maintain the fact that they would like to comply and work with Daybreak. So, you know, you don't want to play like fuck games, you know? You don't want to like, oh, I can cheat the rules this way or cheat the rules that way. Would it be possible to... Wish it was raining here. Gwyneth, where are you? Do mine eye trick me, or is he in DN? Yeah, I'm in frickin' DN. I'm farming some items and some eggs, man. This came up in a Q&A. It was said it would be pushing bounds. Yeah. They can't... They really... Like, they still are very much so of the mindset. Like, they want to work with Daybreak and you know, they would like to come out of this on good terms, honestly, you know. I think both parties, even though obviously Daybreak's not going to say that out loud, but like, I think both parties probably would rather this didn't go to trial. If it goes to trial, Daybreak risks some crazy shit. If it goes to trial, then those numbers and things that Daybreak wants to seal... It becomes a lot harder to hide that kind of thing. Hell, if there's discovery, it becomes a lot. If this makes it to the discovery phase, things can be redacted, but the redaction process typically occurs after discovery has already been presented. So you don't... When evidence is brought to attention through discovery hearings, it's typically unredacted. And then after the hearing, they go back and they redact everything. So, at least, I should say, that is typically what happens here in my state. How are you doing, brother from another father? What's going on, Death Star? How you doing, baby? Will Furious Stance prevent casting? No. If I see another egg drop, I might sue them for driving me insane. Yeah, leveling eggs sucks, but you know, we'll get through them. I want to just get done with them. I want to be done with them. I want to level this character up, and I want this character to be my next build guide. I'm gonna do this character. I'm also gonna do a build guide for Indom as well, and show off him killing Zeb, and that's the Shaman Shadow Knight Rogue build, and then the Cleric is the other, or the Ranger Cleric Bard is the other one. But I don't know if I want to do that video again or just create a whole or change that dude's classes as a whole. What do they give you? They give you things like, you see this bag? You see how big this bag is? This is an Easter bag. This is an Easter event bag. These four right here are all Easter bags. So they give you those. They give you jelly beans. Blech. We pray they don't give us jelly beans, even though that's typically what they give you. You have like a 70 or 80% chance to get a goddamn jelly bean. Even at Legendary, it sucks. Right now, pissing off the judge is worse than pissing off Daybreak, and nothing would piss off the judge more than someone breaking an agreement. Yeah, exactly. Sin Fallon, that's really good insight. It's nice to hear someone else has rain. Getting some here on the West Coast, but I'm on the beach, so rain is somewhat guaranteed. I think THJ's best income is to claim differentiation and settle for licensure that would allow members to sub for access. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can only speak to what I would love to see. I don't know what would be the best outcome or the best solution. There's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts that are involved because this isn't only about THJ. This could be about the greater EverQuest emulator community. Because again, bear in mind, there's a whole bunch of servers that are a part of the EQMU community that have been around for 2 decades before THJ suddenly getting sued. Do you have a video on Majnek Sham? No, I do not have a video on Majnek Sham. What would you like to know about that combo? I mean, there's some stuff I can probably give you. We're still waiting to get your basket? Yeah. Shit, man. I only got one and I opened like 1,000 eggs. It's crazy. I will buy eggs for 1,000 each. Twisted Trickster, hell yeah, baby. I think this DPG is going to try and prove their competition, not a nostalgia. Yeah, that's basically what they outline. That it's interesting because they go at both sides of the argument. They claim that they are far too different to be a fan project. They say the server has way too many differences to be a fan project, and yet is far too similar and thus a theft of IP. So it's, you know, who knows? Who knows how that all plays out? There's to be something to said about DPG just allowing emulator servers to exist for 20 plus years without contesting them until now. Yep. Yep. That is certainly something that I hope gets brought up. Wow. Guys, my wife needs me to turn my camera off for a second. There you go. Go ahead. Gear, skill, use, tricks. I made the class as well as I like the pet class. So let me think here for a moment. So you are basically a magician and a necro and a shaman. So you have more dots, you have more buffs, you have a lot of proc buffs. You lack melee, but have a lot of melee buffs. You can put them on your pet. Like things like leopard and things like that you can put out there on your pets. And you can obviously, so pets don't have stat caps, so you can just keep putting all of your buffs on your pets from your shaman. That being said, you don't have access to a lot of the Beast Lord stuff, which is typically what makes pets really strong. The combination of mages and Beast Lords. Yep. You do have access to a lot of dots, though, and hots, and heals. Later on, you're going to have access to a bunch of really sexy stuff. I was trying to find some information about mage pet gear. Oh, pet gear! I got you. This should work for you. In fact, be my guinea pig for me, Litholdus. Type exclamation point BIS for me. Okay. You're over on YouTube, and I want to see. It should be working for YouTube now, but I just want to make sure that it is working for YouTube. I wish I could handle pulls like those. Mark Hubler, you can. The problem is you can only really do it in this zone. a lot of people don't realize that when they created DN and they made everything in DN level 60, they didn't buff the stats or the damage, so everything has low health and everything has like this. Did that post? It didn't post. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Awesome. All right, cool. Oh yeah. Oh, it double worked. I'm gonna have to add a timer on that. I thought I did have a timer on it, but hell yeah. Yeah, I wanted to make sure it worked on YouTube. But it does. So yeah, if you follow that link, it's got a list of pet items. Just look at the I believe it is Mage, Enchanter, Druid. And I think there's pet items in there. If not, you can actually find pet items online or on the Discord for the server. That's where I'm at, but I have less than 100 days right now. That's why I'm here. Oh, nice. Yeah. We're almost done with our first item. Oh, God. Actually, we could be done with our first item. Jesus Christ. Consume XP. Goes right there. And does this have any... Doesn't have anything. Cool. Let's put an egg in here. And we'll just go ahead and consume XP there. Yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all. That's what we're here for. We want to help people. It's one of the reasons, like, obviously I play on THJ, but, like, it's one of the reasons that I really don't want to, like, I don't know. I just would much rather, like, I understand the frustration a lot of people are having about Daybreak, but I just would much rather them come to some type of positive agreement with THJ rather than, like, it have to get duked out. If it has to get duked out, like, nobody's going to win. Not Daybreak, not THJ, not anybody. If it has to get duked out in court, everybody loses. And that sucks. I don't want to help people. Well, what the hell, Spam Diesel? Why not? I don't remember how to look at item stats. What do you mean? You just find the item and you right-click it like that. Groundskeeper Joe, how freaking long have you been away, baby? By the way, folks, there will be a Q&A tonight. Yeah, there will be a Q&A. Funny, Twisted Trickster. Are you reading my mind? Whoa, bro. Get out of my head. Or get into my head. Yeah. Do you think secrets will go back to the table if THA gets a good deal? No. No, I do not. I think that it's awesome, and I hope that Secrets is really happy with the deal that she got. I hope that the Quarm community is happy that a deal was made. I do not think. All the games not time to play. No time to play? No time to play. Thank you so much for the follow. I don't think so. Secrets is not really one for, like, confrontation and negotiation like that. And that's nothing, like, against Secrets. It's just that doesn't really suit Secrets' personality, really. And negotiation tactics take some level of, like, deception and some level of, like, it's not even deception. It's just like, in order to properly negotiate things, like, you have to push back and you have to have those conversations. And I just don't think that that's likely to happen. And that's not really anything personal against Secrets. Honestly, I think that Secrets coming up with that deal was awesome. I think that being able to turn the server back on is awesome. They didn't lose everything. A lot of people are saying that they lost everything, and they didn't lose everything. They lost some things. The only thing that really hurts, I think, if I were Secrets, is Secrets was planning like their own like custom content expansion, and I really think that would have been freaking awesome. And it makes me very sad that probably will never see the light of day now. Just one of those things, you know? It's too bad. Here or on VV? It should be on VV stream. We might as well just we'll open them all at the same time. Fuck it. Cheesy Man Dan, what's up, baby? What did you miss? I don't think you missed anything. KCQ, you may not want me in that headspace. Things could get scary. Oh, things are already plenty scary, Twisted. I assure you, if anybody's going to come out of you being in my head, broken and crazy from the things that they saw, it's probably going to be you. I backed off THA until some of the uncertainty comes out next month. If they dumb it down and try to take away custom content, they likely stop playing altogether. Yeah, I mean, Casey, here's what I'll say, is there's really nothing, like, there's really no reason. I mean, if you don't want to invest your time in something that you may, like, lose or something, all MMOs have this. This is why the Stop Killing Games initiative exists in the first place. Because games with online services are shutting down and then they're basically just locking up their IPs. And that's like kind of the like core of what's going on with a lot of that stuff. But the reality is, you know, it's to me, it's still a great server. I really enjoy playing here. I think that people should check it out at a minimum, and people should decide for themselves, you know, what they want to do, if it's worth it to them or not. I don't think anybody should feel pressured or pushed to do something that they don't want to do. If it's worth it or valuable to you, then great. If it's not, then great. I will be the first to admit that I'll resub to OGQ if THA gets shut down, so that I can talk about how amazing Monsters in Memory. Jesus Christ. See, Sal, but that's the kind of comments that I'm talking about. Like, that kind of stuff doesn't really help. I appreciate your content. Like, I appreciate your frustration and trying to be you know, supportive, but unfortunately, like, those are the kinds of things that people are using to take out of context and basically say, like, they're basically saying that this, you know, the damages that the server is causing, like, that's exactly what they're talking about. Stuff like that. Secret screwed themselves and their server by shutting down and running to DB before they even got a C&D or waiting for the current situation was to resolve. That is my personal take and doesn't reflect on anyone else involved with THA. Yeah. I mean, it's an odd move. It's an odd move for Daybreak to come up with that agreement in the first place. It seems really wild to me. I can't tell you. Like, it is, I don't want to say it's unheard of, but it is, like, exceptionally rare of a situation. Ooh, another EOM. Another piece of candy. It is really bizarre for a company that is actively engaged in a lawsuit for a specific type of conduct to then go and sit down and approve or negotiate that same exact conduct with another server, like with another group of people. It's a little, especially given some of their arguments, it's really strange to me. Well, I mean, that's not entirely true. So, two things that Secrets lost isn't necessarily the content currently in the game. The server lost part of its future, and the server lost its individuality. So it lost its ability to create something and not have it smitten down by Daybreak. And it lost its population cap. Now, I don't know, I don't know if there's like some sort of agreement that limits the amount of servers they can run. Like P99 has blue and green. So if there's like a population cap, are they able to have like more than one server running at once? Are most of your AoEs from Wizard? What I'm using right now, yes, but you can actually do a couple of different things. What they told Secrets is pretty good indicator of what THJ is going up against. Need to keep in mind Daybreak has a parent company. Yeah, but they're so the whole reason for blocking, the whole reason for them getting their numbers and stuff like that redacted is essentially they're trying to hide the information of this lawsuit from those people, from those parents. So I don't know. I guess I never killed all the Velious dragons. Uh-oh. With that type of agreement, does that kind of give us hope for THA? It gives me hope for different reasons. It gives me hope for different reasons. Yeah. So some of these spells that I'm casting are from Wizard, but you can do the same thing with an Enchanter. And you can actually technically do the same thing with Paladin as well. I have means. This is just the fastest way of doing it. So I use this. Inquire Discord, they can only have one Discord. They even said so. They can only have one Discord? That's unenforceable. What? They can only have one Discord? You mean one, like, public project Discord, I guess? That seems... Oh, one server, okay. Oh, okay, alright. I mean one server. Oh, okay, alright. Hey B, can you talk about your class and what spells you're using for AoE? Yeah. So we're a Paladin, Enchanter, Wizard. And basically what we're doing is we're running around, we're leveling these eggs up. And what we are doing, the methodology of this build, is essentially we have some heals up here, which is great. We actually don't have that great of gear. We're only running 620 spell damage and 648 healing. So what we're doing, we do have focus effects, though, which these are huge. So the Wrath of Ro, like the fire and magic, basically all the focus effects that impact the spell damage. So magic, fire, cold, that kind of thing. And what we're doing is we're utilizing the highest spells. We're level 55, so we can't use all of them. But we can. It doesn't really matter. You can use level 1 spells. Like this is, I think, Numbing Cold. Yeah, level 1. Numbing Cold is a level 1 spell. So you can use, low-level spells. It's just going to be your spell damage and the crits that get added onto there. And so what we're doing is we're running around. We are using Dimensional Shield, which is a Wizard AA, that makes it so you're uninterruptible for a period of time. And what we're doing is we're clicking that, and then we're casting all these AoEs, and we're blowing things up. Every now and again, when our cooldowns are all up, we go ahead and hit these cooldowns. Now, we have a Hopebringer as our main hand. It is glammed to look like the Paladin Epic, but it is a Hopebringer in our main hand. And when we need heals, or when we're making a particularly really large pull, we pop the Doppelgangers, and the Doppelgangers run over, and they start auto-attacking stuff, and each one of them is proccing a Hopebringer, thus keeping myself alive through heals. In addition to that, there is a couple of different AAs that allow me to maintain my mana so that my mana pool basically stays high. So you're really going to make sure you want to focus on the like spell crit stuff, like spell not that destructive fury, things like that. But where is it? Arcane Overkill. This is a mana thing, and then Gift of Mana also. So when you kill something, you get a little chance of getting some mana back. And then we just spam those abilities, and it allows us to pile up tons and tons of stuff. And then as we pile up all these tons and tons of stuff, we kill it all, and just as fast as we're burning through the mana, we're regaining the mana back. And then the Paladin itself actually has some really neat mechanics where if you stun something, it has a chance to proc a heal. Well, guess what's attached to the Wizard AoE spells? Stuns. And when you cast those stuns, you're healing. Oh, shit. I actually don't want to cast that. And then we're just swapping them out. You can see my health doesn't really move because, again, in Dragon Necropolis, a majority of these guys they're like level 50 stats, and they're just leveled up to level 60 because they wanted people to have a good, solid place to level up items and stuff. And then as this became no longer the best content, it maintained its the best place to farm because you can de-level yourself and farm here. And you can, it provides really good XP. Like, as you can see, I'm leveling items very quickly. So this became like a really, really hot spot for doing this kind of thing. In addition to that, if you're crazy, you can loot all this weird stuff and essentially, you know, make a ton of money. Where do you're keeping info from the company that owns them? I don't see how that even works. It is in their request for, so it's in the initial request for the TRO, and it's also in the request. There's two sections that they are, so they're requesting that the information be shielded or redacted because it essentially creates what's the word I want? Essentially, people do not have faith or do not have reliability in the company with an active lawsuit like this going on. Like, it shakes things. And certain numbers coming out, like actually like hard numbers coming out, may devalue or disincentivize people from investing. Especially when they're in the middle of claiming that essentially their company is not solvent. You know, when you're saying basically if like things are going to shut down by this day, then you're creating a dynamic or a mechanism in which like investors and stuff aren't going to want to touch your company. And so they're redacting certain things like dates and what certain values are, so that they can essentially be like, hey, listen, you know, this is actually what we're representing in court, and this is what we're saying to our investors. Are you maxed AA? Yes. This build was really easy to max AA because you can pull like this. It does not require max AA in order to get there. But it, you know, it obviously does help. I'm sorry, I was listening to you while driving. I'm home now. Just wanted to throw that 2 cents into the bucket. Yeah. Let's see here. Where is the 2 cents? Now they publicly are allowing P99 quorum, so 2 emus versus the 1 of the past. So they should be more and should allow growth if they get input. My suggestion to them would be to host all emu servers on their servers and allow emus like quorum and THJ to help bring more players to all of EverQuest. Sorry, medicated, kind of lost train of thought. Validate, you're good, baby. Hopefully you're doing okay. I don't know what you're medicated for, but hopefully you're okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's you know, it's not easy. This isn't a simple process. I wish it was, you know, it would be so much easier. And don't forget, guys, there's still 20 John Does named. 22 John Does named. So like there's a lot. Vertigo. Oh, dude, 2 weeks of Vertigo? Fuck that. I'm sorry. Nah, listen. You got to be like, it's apples to oranges. It's apples to oranges. There's so many variables in what happened to Quarm that it is not possible to objectively speculate what agreements, lack of agreements, or otherwise information should be utilized from the agreement with Quarm. We don't know if secrets pushed back on anything. We don't know if there was any type of discussion outside of, yes, we'll do everything that you want. We don't know if, as that Daybreak didn't come in with certain things thinking there would be a negotiation and then a negotiation didn't occur. We don't know. We don't know the details. And those are important details that dictate what's going on. Project Quarm's situation and circumstance is completely night and day difference from what's going on with THJ. So you can't compare the two. You can't say that, you know, oh man, the same deal is going to be offered or something to that extent, because there's just too many details. It's, you know, it's like living in a cave for 2 years and then trying to predict what the weather is going to be outside. You know, you don't have all the information. There's no possible way that you can guess as to what's happening. John Doe, some of them are content creators. I don't know if you saw the latest drama. That's so ignore what Zaid said. I like Zaid. Zaid's a good dude. Ignore that shit. That's not. I have not been served with any type of paperwork. I have not been sued. As far as I know, no other content creators have been served or sued. I'm right here. My name, like my full name, is like out places where they can find it very easily. That's a whole nother thing. Part of their argument basically is that THJ is like subverting and being and obfuscating their identities by utilizing online handles, as if that's not like a super unbelievably common thing online. People utilizing handles. They're like, yeah, they knew they were doing criminal bad things because they were using these names. Really? Give me all the real names of all of your GMs and your guides. Give me all the information. Like, it's such a dumb argument. Saying things like that too is kind of dangerous too, because it can ruin your credibility with the court when you're trying to, like, when you're representing something that is like sideways inaccurate. Why disregard Zaid so swiftly? Because I'm aware. I'm disregarding what Zaid said about content creators. What grounds would content creators even be sued by? What grounds? So if you review a movie, does that open you to libel? Like, are you potentially vulnerable to being sued? If you create a short description of what's in something, like I have no, like, I don't know any type of, I'm not aware of any type of law, statute, etc., that exists that would allow content creators to be sued. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I don't know what grounds in the lawsuit general against THA for modifying things. You give away for free? I don't know. Wait a minute. Did I give away for free? You're saying like the items and stuff? You're talking about the items that I do giveaways for? Oh. Yeah. There's like nothing I can think of that would create that or stipulate that. Daybreak wants Emu servers to only be classic servers is what I'm seeing by all this. You did disguise. Oh, disguise. Yeah. No. No. Not a disguise. Man, that auto inventory button would come in handy, wouldn't it? Let's get that going. Let's get that going. All right, that's 9. That's 10. Auto inf. Auto inf, right? And then accept, and then yeah, I think this will work, right? Oh yeah. Yeah. There you go. Hell yeah, guys. Good looking out. Good looking out. Look at that. Hell yeah. Let's see here. So that every check kernel since we use handles, yeah. Well, that must mean that like the entirety of the internet is like obfuscated. Like, hey guys, did you ever think about the fact that your own guides and like your own guides and GMs utilize handles? Does that mean your own guides and GMs are they nefarious like crime lord syndicates? Like what the like? Stop it! Stop it with that shit. Silly, goofy. I don't know. I don't understand. It's kind of crazy. The concept as a whole is just kind of crazy. Community managers, yeah, yep. Expect logical, intelligent conversations with chat. Brave man. Woo. Access to the server, I think he means. Recall the whole month of April, you and VV and the devs and Q&As kept saying nothing releasing in May due to respect for the new TLP server. THJ respected Daybreak's EQ, even encouraged players to go and check it out. Hey, actually, do you guys remember, can you guys, any of you, wonderful folks out there, do any of you guys remember, because I remember them saying that too, do any of you guys remember which video, or if it was in mine or in Void's channel, where the devs were like, go play Fangbreaker, go play over there, it's going to be great, it's awesome, it's everything you hoped it could be, go play over there. If any of you guys remember what video that's in or where that's located, because, man, I tried to find that because I was going to put it in a video that I was putting together, and I could not freaking find it. But I remember they said it. They were talking about them playing over there. They were encouraging other people to play over there. They were encouraging, like, the communication between the two. And I can't freaking find it anywhere. Oh, there is something somewhere. Yeah. There is definitely one somewhere. What's going on, Kata? How you doing, baby? Lucerin, what's up, baby? While reading YouTube comments submitted as evidence. Yeah. Dude, Lucerin, real talk. The YouTube stuff. Did you read that they posted Discord comments too? They actually posted Discord comments. It's pretty insane when you think about it, but oh man, this is like fat stacks. We're actually earning some cash now too. Making up some money that I lost. Giveaways! Actually, I don't. No, actually, I'm okay with this. We'll go back to the start. Let's see here. Automatically drops whatever you have into the bag. Also, can you not just dump the bag in there? I thought macros were bad and you did not use them. Certain macros are bad and I don't use them. I do use some macro. I used XX product. Gave me herpes. Open for determination because it can possibly be proven it did not give you herpes. Yeah. The only crime syndicate is Clockwork Grease Syndicate. It's so expensive. I know, ghoulish behavior. Those guys, Keston and his evil schemes and the Clockwork Grease Syndicate. If they were looking for evidence that people were unhappy and not going to play Fangbreaker, they didn't need to leave their own Discord and forums. Yeah, Lucerin, here's the problem. They're trying to paint a picture that basically suggests that like Daybreak is or not Daybreak, I'm sorry, the THJ is like luring and manipulating their population away. And that's kind of that's why they're referencing that stuff, because they're like, oh, look, the masses, the public. Oh, also, those of you guys who wanted me to explain the build, the wizard epic is actually a really good item to get for this, because you can just cast it on the run. So you can do this. You can just constantly hit it, and it'll keep giving you a rune. So you if you don't have a lot of great gear, you basically can stay alive for a long time. It gives you a little extra opportunity to stay alive. Give you people this, send it to you. I'm pretty sure if you ask people, hey, that's what I'm saying. If you guys could find that portion, go message me on Discord. Send me a link on Discord if you can find that statement. I tried pulling, like, I hate doing transcriptions, but I actually pulled like transcriptions for a ton of videos looking for it, and I couldn't find it. But I remember them specifically doing it, and I'm pretty sure it was during one of the Q&As too. I'm pretty sure that conversation was one of the Q&As. Not sure. Yeah, exactly, Garrett. I just couldn't remember which one it was, and I went through like 10 Q&As or so trying to find it, and I still couldn't find it. If they needed video evidence back during beta, they used to explicitly tell people not to donate, only if you donate, like, back during the beta, they used to explicitly... I mean, that's good info. I just don't know where that's recorded. And they have that stupid freaking... They have that stupid bot now in their Discord, which, like, scrubs the Discord because they hit the cap on how many messages could be in their Discord. So there's a lot of old stuff that just, like, went the way of the dodo, unfortunately. I do remember it. Pretty sure it was before Easter because you were talking about the Easter event coming out, and then House All... Yeah. Yep.
This hamlet shall
Whoa! Sweet D Willie up in here with a raid of 16 folks. Hey, Sweet D, what's going on, baby? Give you a little shout out there. If you don't follow Sweet D Willie, get your little butts together. Press on his little name there. Hit that follow button. Give him a follow. Sweet D, what you doing, baby? I seen you. I was creeping you the other day. You were playing 7 Days to Die, and I was creeping you. I was in there. I was like... I see you cutting that tree. I see you. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hit that rock. Hit that rock. I seen you. I was in there. How you doing, baby? What's going on? What were you into? What were you up to? 400 days later. Nice. Hell yeah. Blood Moon on 420. Ooh, did the zombies show up all blazing? Were they stumbling? Flow 2K3, what's going on, baby? We had Blood Moon. Yeah, nice. By the way, guys, no big deal. I do want to give a little shout out to Adrulin Online Adventures. We got our very own Lucerin TTV over here. Mr. Representative of the Adrulin Online Adventures game. Great game, amazing. They just recently had a really, really big stress test, or I don't know what the hell to call it, like a little open test. Went really, really well. Lots of players. I jumped into the trade skilling. I leveled a cleric. I am not a healer, by the way. Really, really great game. A lot of fun. Definitely should check it out. Oh God, knock it off. Nuh-uh. I do what I want. You're not my real dad. I do what I want. Look at this. Look at this. Watch this. Is it adrenaline.on? Wait, I gotta remember how this... I think that should link to it. No? That did not link to it. Son of a... There we go. There we go. I made a character named Stoic's dad. Was that you? Wait, Lucerin, legit. Was that you who made that character? Because I definitely, somebody did make a character named Stoic's dad. It linked to some online game. Yeah, there we go. Just want to say this. If a raid boss is needed for an epic drop, the drop should be 75% or 100% drop rate. Stream and Chef, which one isn't? What epic are you struggling with? They should just read their own Twitter. Yeah, they did purge a lot of stuff. They also banned a lot of people. Hey, take it easy, Sweet D. Thank you so much for the raid, baby. I hope you're doing well. Get some food. Take care of yourself, buddy. 4 hours played, get SK Epic at almost 40 hours now for Bard. Which items? Oh, let me guess. So for the Bard, it's probably Kedge. It's probably Finny, the backbone. And I'm not sure which one's the SK Epic item that you're struggling with. Soul Leech or yep, the Kedge backbone. You got Soul Leech. Which item are you struggling with on that one? Are the Decrepit Hide? Oh, SK Epic was easy. Okay. I was gonna say. I was like, man, I did the SK Epic like probably 40 freaking times before the Epic even came out. I had it all ready to go for the next expansion. Because you can do almost the entire thing. Man, I freaking love you guys. You guys are awesome. I have a backbone. Ooh, good. That's important, Ghoulish. It's important in staying upright. You know what I mean? Like, how else are you supposed to stand upright if you don't have a backbone? SK and Rogue are the easiest ones. I feel like Wizard was pretty easy, too. Actually, Shaman was probably the easiest one. Shaman is pretty stupid easy to get. You just go to Fear, and then you can walk away between 1 and 3 of them for doing Plane of Fear. Worst part of Bard Epic for me was always Skyfire. Yeah, Skyfire isn't fun. Skyfire and Kedge backbone are definitely a pain in the ass. I'm doing a non-era lock. So, oh, dude, Drizner, hell yeah, baby. So it's one of my favorite parts about my McPickle character that we didn't era lock him, because it's really fun to kind of bounce around and like experience the game like while you're leveling up through certain areas. You know, you get to hit some areas when they're the appropriate level as opposed to like waiting until you unlock the progression. Yeah, self-imposed, yeah. Yep. Hell yeah. I haven't really seen a lot of Beast Lord epics hanging around. I don't know if I've seen any of them, and the graphic is kind of cool. It's not a bad graphic. Peppercini, what's going on? How are you? Solo self-found and 20% drop rate. Blech. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. You theoretically could put that in the suggest. You know what? Actually, Streamin' Chef, are you going to be at the Q&A tonight? You have a Beast Epic on your Beast. That's awesome. You should pose that as a question, because that I do feel like could qualify as a bug or something that they could adjust or edit. Because it's kind of a pretty big roadblock for that particular epic. That might not be a bad option for something to recommend. I would bring that up during the Q&A. Just saying. Like, I think that actually might be not so bad opportunity. What's going on? I'm doing okay. Work chilling, listening to your stream. Makes day by go faster. Hell yeah. That's what I like, baby. What do you guys... We got a bunch of people in here now. What do you guys think of the new mic? We got a new mic going. We went out and we went and got the SM7B. And it's pretty great. I'm liking it a lot. And I also like the fact that, like, it's right here, but you can, you know... It actually is, like, next to my head, like here. I don't have to put it in front of my face anymore. Honestly, I didn't even notice the difference. Nice. Hey, I don't care. It's fine. I just wanted to ask, you know. Did this $700 microphone make a difference? No, I didn't even notice the difference. Okay, cool. Hold on real quick, guys. I've got to go. I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Nice and clear. Hell yeah. The transformation to Bull Hurley is almost complete. Ooh, big Wojo. Hell yeah, baby. So I want to do it 3 times just to be only Goober to have it on. Oh, Drizner, that'd be cool. I like that. It's much louder, but clear. Really, it's much louder. Well, so it's funny that you say much louder because I ended up having to, like, this is a very, very powerful mic. It requires a lot of power to run it. And I had to go out and buy an audio interface to go along with it. And the gain is like 80% up in order to get it to run. The audio interface I purchased only does like 79 watts, and it requires like 63, I think. I think my question was asked last week, but because I'm old and don't remember, so I'll ask anyway. Why? Twisted, what was the question? Where can I go some UI loadouts? So if you go here. Dude. He's so funny. He's so funny. Oh, I just opened my Discord. I'm sorry. I had a DM that is hilarious. Okay. So if you look over here, right, you've got this huge list of stuff. This is on the Hero's Journey Discord. So if you scroll down here, right down here, community tools, right here, community tools. There's all kinds of UIs and other fun things in here. So you go to the Discord, and if you need the Discord, type !THJ, and their Discord will pop up. But you can go through here and you can find all kinds of different tools. There's all kinds. There's damage parsers. There's UIs. There's neat little graphical things that'll pop up damage. There's tons of different things. But that's where you get it. There we go. I just want to point out once again, guys, Lucrin, Adrulan Online, Lucrin, Adrulan Online Adventures. Just saying. You know when the kid that you're teasing is like, no, and you have to like tease more? Yeah. Is there any news on zoning DCs? My question for you, Blackfar, would be, first and foremost, do you run a firewall? Do you run a VPN? Do you run... do you have all the patches installed? And I know that you've probably been asked this 100 times, and I apologize because I hate the same thing. But I just want to make sure that you've taken every step that you can in order to prevent that stuff. AMD CPU, the 4 gig patch, all that stuff. Whoa! Holy bejeezer is here. No, yes. AMD 4G, yes. Okay. No, yes. No, yes. Yes, no. Yes, no. Did you apply the AMD patch? Do you have an AMD CPU? AMD, yes. AMD 4G, okay. So, yeah, if you go in there, look at that. So I actually don't receive any DCs. I think a majority of people at this point don't receive any DCs when zoning, but I could be mistaken. I don't want to speak for other people. So I don't know. That may be a you or a small pocket of people issue. And I will say, do you know how to access your debug files? Because if you're having a problem, what I would do is I would go into your THJ directory, and then I would find the debug file, and I would copy that sucker, and I would post it into a new bug saying that you're getting DC'd when you zone. You have DC'd 4 of the last 5 zones? Jesus Christ. I get some here and there. Yeah, no, you're saying, I mean, he's saying he's DCing constantly. What's your internet connection? Blackfurt, do you have like DSL or do you have like a slow or spotty internet connection? Can you actually, better question, can you do an internet speed test for me and tell me what the numbers are? Mostly when I zone into Baz as well. Yeah, so that can be a slow computer or slow internet connection issue where your computer basically disconnects from the server during the zone process and then you lose connection. Check your DM. Do you have $1 million? Because I know I got a sub goal and I do appreciate it, but I don't see who the hell subbed. Q&A. Oh, no. I know about them saying, so Groundskeeper, I appreciate that. I know about them saying that, like, I have, like, literally every single Q&A. They put out something saying they don't want to interfere, but I'm specifically looking for the line where they were recommending people go play the TLP. Because I know they said it, I just don't know where they said it or when they said it. And I have no idea what the verbiage is they used. And I say that because I transcribed like every Q&A, and then I went through and like searched through verbiage and I couldn't find it anywhere. All the yes, they are. Cool Jim, they're all on YouTube. You can find them either on mine or on Variety Void's YouTube. And you can find mine like that. Interesting. That one didn't post over on YouTube. Oh, that one didn't post on YouTube because YouTube doesn't need to play explanation. 552. Is that so? That's down. What's up? What's your upload? 120. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Okay. Put it back in your pants, Black. Jesus Christ. I've got a measly 40 up, and it makes me sad. Might need to do a tracer route to the server location. Yeah, I don't know where the hell the server is. Probably like, I don't know. I don't know where the server is. 40 up here as well. Void, we were just talking about you, baby. How are you doing, baby? What's going on? Ooh, a subscription, tier 1, 9 months. Ooh, hey, Void. Does that mean are we gonna have a baby? We gonna have a baby, Void? Yeah, of course. Thank you so much, Vivi. We're expecting. Ooh, we're gonna have a baby. It's gonna be Killer from Daybreak or from Dead by Daylight. Look, it's Chucky. It's Charles Lee Ray. Let's be honest. It's the clown. It's definitely the clown. Vivi and Maya's baby, it's the clown. There's no debate. It's the clown. We're throwing potions. I would start with putting sound off. In and out of Crushbone, non-DZ. Ooh, interesting. I don't know, man. Void, can you think of anything, any reason that someone would be DCing 4 out of their 5 zones? They have all the appropriate patches and updates and everything. They have a fast internet connection. No VPN. I can't honestly think of no trader satchel on, no second account. No. Like they when they zone, like when they go zone into Crushbone, they're getting like DC'd. Wasn't there something about loading screens crashing people? Yeah, so that the problem is that people are getting DC'd. Like you're disconnecting from the server. That's what's happening during the loading screen crashes. Gife to crush DC. It's just, well, as far as I know, it's just one person, but it could be more. No second account, yeah. Has a larger data transfer. Just get to piggyback on it. I had a problem with DC and fix. It suggested to me to check CPU affinity. I had all cores selected. Was told to pick even or odd, i.e. 135 or 246. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting one. I haven't heard that one before. Devin didn't want to smoke, and had you kicked? Ooh, fresh installation. Yeah, the freshie. Cool, that actually worked. Hey, Void, I got something for you. I got a present. I got a present. You got a friend in me. Actually, I think that goes a little bit more like this. Texture cache. True. Turn off logging if you have it on. That stopped crashing on zone and Baz for me. Oh, actually, so if you have a really big log file, giggity, you can, that does cause problems here and there. You can actually delete the log file. That can help. When those log files get to a certain size, they get a little out of hand. There are some things, like if you use EQ log parser, it has like an automatic system that will delete your log after a period of time. There are things like that. I don't know if that's your problem, but that can be a problem for some people. Do we get to see Broken auto sell a bunch of eggs again this week? Got to be sure and clip it this time. Yeah, I need a cat. I need to. I do need to clip that. I need to go back and turn that into. That'll be my first like clip. I actually thought about. You guys tell me. I thought about doing. So I'm gonna do like a bunch of tips and tricks. Would you guys like? Because they're gonna be like multiple, and I was thinking about doing them in shorts. Even though shorts don't really like, while it brings in a lot of views, it doesn't necessarily convert into the rest of the analytics. I could break down like a lot of stuff where it like here's a few tips and tricks, and then move on to the next one. Here's a few tips and tricks, and then here's another short, and then here's a few tips and tricks. Who wears shorts? Ooh, wait. Who wears shorts? Like who wears pants? I don't leave the house. What are you, crazy? No issues yesterday, but today spend more time logging in than playing. Oh, Blackfur, that's crazy. I don't know what that issue is. Did you try searching the bug section to see if there's a fix or something there? Don't use a parser and no log file through the parser. Yeah, well, it wouldn't be through the parser. If you had a log file, it would be through the through EQ or like the THJ directory. But Yeah, my next recommendation is to either submit a bug report or check throughout the bugs and see if somebody was dealing with the same issue and if they found a fix. Do you know if the barter and buyer mode have a timeout period? Seems every so often I have to turn it on and off again. Sometimes they move people, like, so here's what happens. Sometimes the zone, like the bazaar zone that you're in, crashes, and when that happens, sometimes you have to reset things, because when the zone crashes, it punts you out, or sometimes it punts you to another zone, and then you have to reset it. There's a couple of different things that happens there. But yeah.
Listen! 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 Hey! Listen! Hey! Hey!
Did I do it right? Imagine wearing clothes. Oh, man. Hey, Void. When's that LAN party happening? All are welcome. Oh, man. I used to do LAN parties with Rachel Ray's brother. Ooh, nice. I never wear clothes when watching Broken. Fair. I know someone else in this chat who can relate. Yeah. Hell yeah. It's my dogs. Yeah, talking about my dogs. Booyah! Man, money, come on. Money. We're actually doing okay on the money section over here. Dogs are dogs. Oh yeah, it's dogs. It's dogs. It's the second one. When I watch VV, my pants randomly disappear. Ooh, do you have dissolving pants? That's hot. Pants that just dissolve. Oh, you have edible pants. I understand. Edible pants. Like edible underwear. Your dogs are in chat. I'm reporting you to Twitch for number stuffing. Listen, I don't know if you knew this category, but apparently they don't care. Some really funny stuff has been happening with Twitch lately, where... You guys know, does anybody watch Donut Operator? Man, I was watching his stream, and that boy freaking multi-streams, and he's using multi-chat, and I don't know how he's not getting banned, considering there's all these people who just got banned for using multi-chat. It makes me want to bring the multi-chat back. But I don't want to get banned, because apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently if you get banned, so even if you get banned for 1 day, okay, Twitch keeps all of your ad revenue for the month. That's nuts. Do multi-videos with tips and tricks. Love it. Will do. Check DMs, bud. Boop. Sorry, we have been head down on this. I'm down to do a short one tonight. Call it an hour. The general sentiment is we're quite through most of our points for some unknown reason. Introduce anonymous comments as exhibits. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Multi-videos, huh? Multi-videos. I like it. I think it's a good idea. I'm sold. You guys are getting multiple tips and trick videos. Buckle up, buttercups. Shorts are fun. Fun time, but like difficult to point. Oh yeah, no. So I like rather than doing like flat out like clips like of my stream, I would just do like I would record a short. Yeah. Sometimes you just want funny shit, but sometimes you want a bunch of info in 60 seconds. Oh yeah. No, I was gonna do something like, hey, guys, did you know that you can do this? And then I'll do something like really goofy, and then I'll be like, but actually, you can do this. And then, you know, there it is. I think it'll help out a lot of new players. Yeah, that's the hope. Helping out a bunch of new players, maybe bring some more people to play the game. Or to, like, have an ease in playing the game. No, my egg. This is how you play my pants. Yeah, exactly. Guys, this is how you play THJ, and then you just, like, whip your pants off. This is how real men and women play THJ. Pants. Bruce Almighty scene. Swoosh! Has anyone done a new setup video with the new patcher? There's not really a need to do that, honestly. Because a new video about the new thing would be, go here, do this. Like not even do this, just go here. Click this. Done. Who needs pants while playing? Yeah, exactly. Who does need pants? Where is it? Pants will keep you hot. Has THA kept up with banned suspension waves D-Break likes to do, which hurts population? Don't know. Can't confirm. It's true, man. It's true. I'm pretty sure that that's expert testimony. That's when I need my expert testimony, I check Reddit and I check YouTube. And then I read the comments. And then I go to 4chan and I read the comments there. Because clearly, the most grounded and reasonable comments will be on 4chan. Twitter sources. Yeah, exactly. Guys, hold on. I saw it on Facebook. I saw it on a TikTok. It's gotta be real. Oh man. Freaking TikTok. Yes! Must be real. Gotta be real. It's on TikTok. Guys, have you guys seen the new life hack on TikTok? Yeah. Play THJ with no pants on. Charge the phone quicker in the microwave. Yes. Yeah. This. Yahoo News. Make sure you invest in these stocks. Yahoo News told me so. Guys, somebody in my guild says, I found an infinite money glitch. Just find the most expensive things on the market and farm them. Infinite money glitch obtained. No, guys, I found the infinite money glitch. All you gotta do is just farm stuff. Zeb weapon number 9. Hey, Void, I don't think you... This is what you guys voted on. Now you get it. Okay? Is that like Mambo number 5? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Money glitch. Plant yourself in POI. Yeah. Well, you got to plant yourself in POI, and then you got to sit there and you got to hit that, get that mechanical grease, baby. You got to get that plane of innovation grease. But you got to be careful, because, man, let me tell you, that grease syndicate will come a-knocking. Keston will show up on your door and break your kneecaps. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. How you doing, Vadim? How's your day? Is there a way to know what I haven't killed for the flag? Yes, Groundskeeper Joe, there sure is. So what you can do is you can walk your pretty little butt to the bazaar, and in the building that has Telin, there's a bunch of NPCs around the outside of it, and you can hail them. There's one that says Kunark, there's one that says Velius. Upstairs, there's one that says Lucklin, there's one that says Plains of Power, and you just go up and you hail them, and it'll tell you exactly what you're missing. I heard pretty butt, and I ran back to my keyboard. I've been on the fence about coming back to THA, but I didn't even finish the Lucklin flagging. Doji, I mean, it's not like it's hard. I mean, I can run you through all the stuff you missed pretty easily. Does THA have an opinion on people AFK farming with pets? Yes, they do. Their opinion is don't do it. Their opinion is, I could look in every single one of your guys' instances of the game. Am I going to catch everyone who does it? Probably not. But does that mean that we back it? No. They're not like in support of it, but at the same time, they're also not like running people up the pole for it. If they catch you because you're being obvious or disruptive or being a dick, they have banned people for doing it. However, they have openly said, we are not in support of this. However, we know that people are doing it, and we know that we're not going to catch everybody who's doing it. So that was basically their official statement on the issue. What's even good now? There's tons of stuff. Strength builds are really, really strong, Doji. Pet builds are not quite as strong as they used to be, although there's some really interesting variants compared to what there used to be. There are, I mean, you know, actually, I don't know is that there's really anything terrible in the game right now. I think everything feels pretty good. Yeah, Ranger feels great now. Ranger's amazing. VV, my next Zeb, Dagger, Cleric, Rogue, Wizard, or Shield for one of my 6 Warrior Trist. No. So basically, you do it in your own instance zone. You're fine. I mean, I didn't say that, but if that's what you do, then that's what you do. I'm trying to figure out how to get a dragon in Emerald Jungle. I mean, only look twice now, but not sure. Timer? Are you talking about Severus, the big green dragon? So that is in the, what is it? It's in the north, like, west corner, technically. I found a YouTube timestamp for you on them not wanting to conflict with TLP. So, no. Cool Jim Twitch. Okay. All right. Let me specify really, really big. Thank you so much. Holy Christ, Mulligan. Belmont, thank you for the follow. Mulligan, thank you once again for the resub. 8 months, tier 3. Mulligan, you sexy boy. You absolutely sexy boy. What's going on, baby? How you doing? I love you, baby. My big tier 3 Mulligan. He's a beast. He's a dog. He's a motherfucking goblin. What's going on, Super Ninja? So, Cool Jim. All right. Actually, everybody. So I made a comment earlier that I was looking for something in one of the Q&As or in one of the videos that Aporia and Kat has spoken previously. And what I'm specifically looking for is them telling people to go play on Fangbreaker.
Fellowship expands.
Holy crap, Catavery with the sub. Hype Train started. Super Ninja with the follow. Thank you guys so much. We got a hyper train going. Toot toot. What I am specifically looking for is not them supporting the TLP, not them saying we're not going to release anything for the TLP, but very, very specifically saying go play on the TLP. They said something to the effect of go play there, we're going to be playing there, and we're encouraging other people to play there. And that's what they said, something to that effect. Not those exact words, but something to that effect. We're encouraging other people to play on the TLP. That's what I'm looking for. Not, oh, Nick, jeez, I'm Mary. Good God, you savage, you. You savage. Hype Train. They've gifted 8. Oh, Jesus Christ, Nick. You beast. Thank you so much. Congratulations, NHD Josie Wales, Catbox86 Nero 3141, Satanicus 6669, Rhino 774. Thank you so much, guys. I do appreciate you, Nick. You're an absolute master yourself. Slay the mighty dragon of Velius. What do you think about Bard class? I've never played one, even on live. Didn't like the song weaving. Do you have to do that? No, you don't. So, actually, really funny thing about Bards here. Wesker giving a sub to Blasky one. Oh, God, Wesker giving all kinds of gifted subs. Hype Train level 5. Wow, guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Holy cow. Hype Train level 5. Doji, congratulations. Streamin' Chef, congratulations. Nerd Navigator, congratulations. Robbie, 8910. Cube, 30. Funky Music, Furuton. Hi, Head Gesture, Oshavatu, and Blasky one. Thank you so much for those gifted subbies, Nick and Wesker. Appreciate you, boys. You guys are absolutely amazing. I love this freaking community. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Track went down like a $2 hoe. Don't you talk. Bards are amazing. Yeah, no, bards are good. Bards are really good. Honestly, bards are great. So you have a lot of different options with bards. They bring a lot to the table. Guys, peanut burger buns, that's my wife, be in trouble, causing all kinds of, well, I don't even know what that emote is, but she's using that emote. Wait, rainy day pearl necklaces? What in the name of God, Void? Bard were made easy a long time ago when they added melody. Yeah, so they have melody now, so you don't have to twist things. And then on this server, all the buff songs, you only have to keep them on your bar and click them once. Once you click them once, you have the buff. Offensive songs, you do have to twist or melody, but defensive songs, you can just cast it once and then it stays up. It's really great. You went to the dispensary today? I may be partying. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Mulligan be out there. Ooh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to kill this really quick. So, legendary PNs, fresher PNs? Whoa! Chinchilla up in here, dropping the gifted subbies. Another 10 gifted subs from Chinchilla. Chinchilla, thank you, you sexy beast. I love you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Holy cow. What weapon would you use for the SK Necro Enchanter? That's a beautiful question. SK Necro Enchanter. Ooh, I would probably use... Cudgel and a shield? Probably. Necro Enchanter and an SK. Yeah, probably a cudgel and a shield. Even though they don't have shield spec, cudgel is still a really, really good weapon. Definitely worth it. Chinchilla, thank you so much. Wesker, thank you so much. Nick, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Dying. Man, those are still too expensive. About 6 plants got me 20. Oh, Jesus. Mount Angels. What weapon? Per zone. What the fuck am I doing? Talon Zek. What should I be mindful of? Talon Zek. So Talon Zek does a debuff, which makes it so that you take additional damage. He also has a dot, which is a curse. He hits really hard in, like, a series of attacks. Aside from that, he's relatively easy. Valen is really the tougher one that spawns the clones and beats your head in. Joe Dog 82, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you, baby. There we go. Hell yeah. Chinchilla coming in here. Oh, I didn't even read all the people off. Chinchilla dropping the gifted subbies on Riv This, Omni Slays, Grits3415, Gedge X, Mitch Kupchak, Taco Shop, hell yeah, Hexstyle Gaming, Warclick, Pseudo Wraith, Fizzy Elf Ninja. Everybody needs a Fizzy Elf Ninja. Everybody. Everyone. Good news, everyone. We've got gifted subs and a hype train. It's amazing. Duty Plop, what's going on, baby? How you doing? Boom. Money. We're almost done with our eggs, guys. I really do appreciate it, guys. I really do appreciate all these gifted subs. Thank you guys so much. It means a lot to me. It really does. So thank you very much. Freaking destroying that hype train. For those of you who don't know, we've been raising money for vets too. People have been really generous and really great. We're raising money for the full month of July, and I just want to say thank you to everybody, all you guys out there, for the gifted subs, for giving money to this great charity. It's been a really amazing experience, and you know, I look forward to the rest of the month. Something else, actually, I totally forgot to tell people. We're gonna be playing. I believe Repo with crowd control on the 29th, I believe. We're going to be playing Repo with crowd control with the Stack Up crew. And I'm really kind of excited. First of all, because Stack Up is an awesome charity. Does being in a group spread out the XP you earn for the items in your power slot? Yes. Yes, it does. It didn't used to, but it does now. Yes, Candyman, it does. So we're going to be doing a crowd control repo stream. For those of you guys who don't know what crowd control is, basically you guys can pay small amounts of money, bits, or channel points. I think you can do channel points. I got to look into it a little more. But basically you can do things to, like, take my health away, take items away, give money, take away money. You can spawn enemies to kill me. There's all kinds of different things you can do while we're playing Repo. And we're going to be playing with a Stack Up crew, so it's for a great cause. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be on the 29th of July. Basically, we're going to utilize that as a way to kind of cap off the month and the fundraising. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. Really excited. I think it's going to be a really cool, good time. Gonna be a really cool and great moment in history. History. Voight. What do you think of SK Beast Shaman as far as progression goes? You should be able to kill anything with that combo, Joe. That's a really great... Holy crap! Hype Train level 7, folks. Holy smokes. Congratulations. Thank you all so very much. Really do appreciate you all. You're all sexy, sultry little individuals. Ooh, Jesus Christ. 27 subs. My God. My God. Let's open our chests here. Choo choo. We got a little bird. Little bird wop here. Little bird. Hell yeah. Get up in there. Show everybody you're brand new. Ooh, money. In their bag. I like that. That's a cool one. Ah, no, I didn't mean to loot that. Just starting DN, PAL range Necro. Any good tips? For Necro, take infectious disease and your Word of Spirit spells. You'll have Word of Souls, Word of Spirits, all those. Utilize those spells accompanying your infectious disease, and you should be able to AoE just fine. You should be able to pull everything and kill everything just as easy. SK Beast Bard. Okay. Well, Bard has Denons. 2 different types of Denons, which are both really good. Bard also has... well, SK also has infectious disease, so you can use that still. And Beast Lord... Beast Lord might even have it, too. We have a lot of different fun options there. Let's see here. Yeah, I meant him... does being in a group, yeah, we answered that one. Does starting, sorry man, SK, all tank DPS support will be able to clear 90%. Yeah, yeah. I mean, some people are even finding like neat little nuancy tricks and beating Zeb and beating, you know, Quorum and Plane of Time and stuff now too. So there's a lot of different options that are out there. A lot of different options. So for VB to get legendary PN, does that mean he combines 16 normal ones? Definitely. Definitely. Let's see here. So with that combo, do you use plate gear? Yeah. Yeah. I typically, if you can use... So typically what you're going to want to do, because AC is king. I mean, there are some exceptions to that rule, like when it comes... exceptions to that rule, like when it comes to focus effects and things. But most of the time, you are going to want to wear the highest AC version of gear that you possibly can. It's more beneficial all around.
A kind gesture.
Stoic Ty 555, thank you so much for the 100 biddies, baby. Thank you so much. What's going on, baby? How you doing? Thank you so much for the hundos. Look, it's a biddy. See, it fell down. The biddy fell down. Oh, it popped. It's gone. Oh, crap. I forgot to hook that up. Jesus Christ. I'm a mess. I still need to hook up that thing so you guys can pop those. We're gonna have a system set up so you guys can like click the bits as they fall and you can destroy them. Love your username. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Your username's pretty great too. Wink, 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 wink. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Broken So for War Necro Shaman build, at what point should I start current content? I'm at 56 with almost 1600 AA at the moment. Once you have once you have Rabid Bear and all the Rabid Bear stuff, Ancestral Aid maxed out, Union of Spirits maxed out, and then you have Mallow, Decay, I'm sorry, why am I drawing a blank? Turgors is okay, but it doesn't really... So Turgors doesn't really do anything when you're fighting bosses. Shamanic Tongue, though, is pretty big. Once you have all that stuff and all the like healing stuff, you should be able to do just about everything. You should be able to do pretty much all the content. Make sure you clarify that in order to clear Quorum and Zeb, etc., you'll need 25 plus shielding. So, all right. Actually, I'm really glad. Fenneron, thank you so much for bringing this up. I want to talk to you guys about a couple of things. So we've had some people come in here recently who have been like, oh, you don't need shielding. You don't need shielding at all. Shielding is a junk stat. Some people need shielding. And some people, when they, like, not everybody plays their build in the most, like, efficient way. And shielding is certainly a way of mitigating some less than min-max gameplay. So shielding is useful for a lot of people. It may not be useful for all people. And remember another thing. There's shielding on gear, and there's shielding also on the lesser shielding augs, both the blocking and dodging. There is nothing restricting you or requiring you from utilizing shielding on something that is like not Like, you don't have to use the legendary version. You can use many of the smaller versions, and you will be just fine. Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing, is once you get a little bit of shielding, you can start killing Saru on your own. The problem is, like, a lot of the blocking and dodging things are rare because the pool of Augs as a whole is too great. And when they made them all soulbound, it also made the market for them basically infinitely high. Like, it will always be a high cost market. Because they bind to you. So by binding to you, like, it's always going to be a high drive item. Like, no one's ever going to be like, oh, I don't need this anymore. Like, it's always going to be, there's no point in unbinding that from you. It's going to forever be that way. Let's see here. Yeah, so Mulligan, I would say that you can probably get away with doing it now. For the most part, I think you're probably in the range in which I would probably do it. You may want to squeak a little closer to 2,000, but that's like, you know, what is that, like a couple of pulls, you know? Enchanted Dogs give the same shielding as the legendaries. I don't think that that's accurate. I think they give like one less. Right? I'm pretty sure they give like one less. It might be even two less. Yeah, it's two less. So there you go. So Enchanted gives 3, Legendary gives 5. So you know, you can just stack. So for the price of, this is actually kind of funny, because look at how much these legendaries cost. And you can get 3 times the amount. You can get 3 times the amount of shielding for the cost of 1 legendary. Buy the Enchanted. And some people do not know how to play efficiently. Yeah. No, it's true. It's absolutely true. I don't know how to play efficiently. I just button mash and hope for the best. Yeah, hell yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I would never use Zeb as any type of measurement for what you're capable of. He is a ridiculous boss that shouldn't worry about at all. I make 99% of my blocking and dodging Augs. There you go. Reg is 2, Enchanted is 3, Lego is 5. Yep. Just try the content. You will often be surprised how powerful a build is if you don't push it. Yeah, that's true too, Mystical. The +2 shielding Augs are 20k a pop. Quarm Bracers 50k plus. It kind of adds up. Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. You get 2 of the bracers, you get the neck piece, you get a back piece, you get a shield, and then, oh man, all of a sudden I have all this like shielding that just came out of nowhere. I pulled it out of my butthole. I pulled the shielding out of my butthole. Oh, my bad. Yeah, no, you're good. Category, you're fine. You're fine. No worries. People make a boo-boo. People make a boo-boo sometime. He's flying, but he's not really there. Whatever, I don't care enough. Let's see. You don't get focus from Enchanted, though, compared to Legendary, which is why you should eventually have one. Oh, the dodging? Well, so, interestingly enough, there are other ways of getting that same stat. For instance, instead of paying 350, 360k, how much ever they're going for now, you can get a Signet ring. Signet earring of might. It technically is the same, actually. Yeah, here, look. Actually, we'll do this. We'll go down here. So, when you're looking at why you're trying to convince people not to buy my blocking and dodging Augs, because Candyman, I heard you got really wealthy recently. I heard you won a lot of raffles recently. I heard you had a lot of monies and a lot of resources all of a sudden. So, do you see how this says dodge rating by 10? So that actually translates. That actually translates into less skill. Like the actual like skill ups grant you more dodge rating than just 10 dodge rating. Whoa, Necrogilla, what's going on, baby? So if you look at the hang on. Oh crap. Hey, I'm typing stuff. There we go. If you look at the signet of might, so if you look at this, this gives you 8% for a total of 36 max. So there we go. Did you get a new haircut? Yeah, Necro. We are raising charity. We're raising money for a charity, and as a part of that charity, we cut our hair and we cut our beard, and we actually have to pie ourselves in the face. So, if you're a class that already has dodge, this can mean more than this. If you're a class that doesn't already have dodge, then this percentage bonus is not going to be very high, and thus this is better than this. So it all depends. It depends on your build, and it's negligible. Now, granted, these two things stack. However, this is vastly cheaper than this. What is 83? So 8% of your dodge chance. So if you go, because it's a skill boost, it increases your skill. So if you go click over here and then you go down to dodge. So dodge, okay? So we have 275% or 275 dodge percent, right? So then what we do is we take a nice little calculator that you guys can't see. Give me one sec. Let me finish this poll and we'll do it. But basically what you would do is you'd multiply this right here by 0.08, and then you would take that number and you would add the whole numbers to your skill. If that whole number is more than 36, it will cap out at 36. It won't give you a skill more than 36 skill. Does that make sense? No. They both stack. They do stack, Mystical Wildebeest. They do stack. The thing is what we're talking about is not whether or not... We're not talking about whether or not, like, it stacks. What we're talking about is investment of money. Like, spending your money, which one is better? Right? So, if you're going to buy the... if you're going to buy... Like, if you want to spend 360k on an AUG, that's one thing, right? But if you don't have the money to afford that AUG, but you still want to improve your survivability, getting the earring is the more cost-effective. The words are hard. The more cost-effective option. Can Shadow Knight Bard be solo Zeb? Joe sparked my interest in this combo. Old School Gamer X, thank you so much for the follow, baby. I believe that it probably has a chance to, and I say that sparingly. I think that you have some options. You have dual wield, which is good, because Shadow Knights do not have shield spec. So you could put something like the Shanai in your offhand, although that doesn't stack with Gilded Strike, so maybe not. Let's see. You could do a Destroyer in your offhand because you have Bloodlust. Use a life tap weapon off Terrace. Yeah, that's the Cudgel of Venomous Hatred. It could be very good. Enchanted Augs won't turn no drop, so you do that. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is you can actually invest a bunch of money in those lesser Augs, and by doing so, you're essentially allowing yourself like a return on investment, right? Because you can move those Augs around. They don't cost as much. You can basically like just flop things around, right? you can just flop things around. You can flop it. Just flop it, boys and girls. Give it the flop. Yeah. So what conscript is saying is true in that it is not the same thing, but if you look at investment, you can get more return on investment from the earring than the legendary AUG. In fact, I suspect that as time goes on, there's going to be so many of those signet earrings out that the value of the signet earring is probably going to be even cheaper than it is now. The only problem becomes is that, especially if they do that foraging change, where foraged items drop in zones, and you don't actually have to sit there and forage for them anymore, like that's pretty substantial, in my opinion. Like that's pretty huge. I do agree on the money spent perspective. Kara is so brain dead easy, you should never buy an AUG. Yeah, the problem is that because Kara has so many AUGs in the pool, it can be really hard to get the blocking and dodging legendary. Gonna need a loan, Candyman? Yeah, exactly. Appreciate you, Necro, by the way. I also don't run Saru anymore because of effort. I run Kara and sell block and dodge AUGs to buy Saru AUGs if I need them. Bro, you must have way better luck than I do, because I don't see blocking and dodging AUGs like nearly ever. Kind of sucks, actually. Oh shit. Now that we talked about my luck, you probably just stole it. Good. I mean, you brought it up, so yeah. I hope I energy vampired your luck. Gimme. Yo, been busy this week. There's going to be another Q&A. Yes, there's going to be a Q&A. It's going to be in about an hour. It's going to be over in Variety Vizzle stream, folks. Sounds like it might be a little bit, it might be a shorter one, too. You got a blocking and dodging on the same corpse of Kara? I'm gonna throw things. I'm gonna smash crap. What the crap? You're not the only person I've heard to have that kind of luck. And all I gotta say is a wise streamer once said, "Eat my entire ass." Yeah. You think you're going to take a nap before Q&A time? Fair. Jesus, my cat is losing his mind. He's like freaking out in the background. I wish they would make a 404 sleeper style event that, yeah, Tyroon death. Unfortunately, we won't see anything like that until, you know, the lawsuit and things are settled. At which point, you know, maybe we'll get lucky or something, you know. But at least until that happens, you know. You posted a picture in Discord. Let's see. This might be pretty, probably saying yeah. Good looking out. General. Come on, people. Only 14 more days to get broken to shave his eyebrow. Oh, God. Yes. Okay. So we do have a thing going on. We've actually given away, I think we've given away 4 million platinum so far. We've given away 1600. I think we've given away 1600 EOM, and we've given away like 4,000 platinum, as well as a ton of items for our raising of money. And if we raise $4,500, I'm going to shave my eyebrows off. Heaven help me. And if we raise, what are we? Actually, I can pop up the graphic. So check this out. So this is the basically when you raise money, these are the things that you achieve as you raise more and more money for Stack Up. Stack Up is a charity which raises money for veterans who struggle with mental health disabilities. And this particular Jibby Jobby, we are, what are we, $225 approximately? No, we're 100, right? $124 away from the second sponsorship. I don't know if you can see right here, this one right here. But yeah, we got to raise $3,500 for the second supply crate, which is pretty freaking awesome. If we raise $6,000, $6,000, I'm going to do a stream and drag. So, if you guys want to raise like $4,499.99, that would be great. Cause I'd like to keep my eyebrows. I'm kind of like, I've grown kind of attached to these guys, and like shaving my head and like shaving my face has been one thing, but my eyebrows, I actually looked this up, and apparently it takes months and months for your eyebrows to grow back. So that's a thing. But also, when we raised $3,000, we did agree to pie ourselves in the face, not once, not twice, but thrice. And so we're going to do that at the end of the month. Maybe we'll do that actually during Coin stream. So Cybergun, what I will tell you is, don't utilize that, because it's an apples to oranges comparison. It's an apples to oranges comparison between what's going on with Quarm and what's going on with THJ. Completely different realm of existence, completely different discussion. It's a very volatile discussion that's going on. There's a lot of different moving parts, and with Project Quarm, we don't know if Secrets like fought back or tried to negotiate or got involved, other than to just say, this is what we want and we'll do whatever you ask. Like, that may be the case. Daybreak Games could have came out and said, we would like you to do this. And they put these things in there thinking that they would have to fight and argue about them. And then they didn't negotiate at all. And they just, accepted whatever the deal was. We don't know. We don't know all the details. And because we don't know all the details, it's really not a great idea to like speculate and put it in there. I will put another thing out there though, folks. Now that, we have a lot of people in here, I just want to, I talked about this a little bit earlier. I do want to say that we be careful about what you guys are saying out there, anywhere really. Daybreak is taking comments from videos. Daybreak is taking comments from Discord. I wouldn't be surprised to hear if Daybreak is taking comments from streams. And they're using the comments about leaving Daybreak and going to THJ, or if Daybreak does X, then I'm doing Y. They're using those comments against THJ. So please, say what you're going to say, but be conscious and be aware of the consequences. They are utilizing those comments to suggest that THJ is essentially crippling and destroying everything EverQuest is, and therefore, they should be granted all sorts of things. Iden99, thank you so much for the follow. it's there's a lot of different information out there and a lot of different opinions, and it's okay to feel hurt, and it's okay to like, you know, talk to people about that hurt, but just be aware that when you put things out there, it is the internet. And you know, that stuff is out there for a long time. So yeah. I just want to say that. I just want to get those 2 cents out there because it's important, and they're taking comments from our YouTube videos, like things that people are posting under our YouTube videos, and they're putting them in the court case now, and that's just it doesn't help anybody. Am I gonna watch Night at the Roxbury while in drag? I could. BT, I certainly could. How much to wax the eyebrows? Wax them? I'm not waxing them. I'm gonna shave them off. I'm just gonna use a blade and go week, knock them off. If you guys raise $4,500, if we don't raise $4,500, then I get to keep these babies. Look at them. They're great. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. He's such a good little eyebrow. Anyway, yeah, I know not everybody has cyber. The problem is even the comments about like, I'm going to leave EverQuest Live. I had 2 accounts on EverQuest Live and I'm leaving for THJ and never coming back. Like they literally use those comments. That's not speculation. That's not question. They literally use those comments in the motion they just submitted, in the evidence they just submitted to suggest that THJ is intentionally killing Live. And basically that they are stealing the player base. You need to get some zombie contact lenses when you shave your oh god. My daughter shaved her eyebrows last year, smacked my head. Oh god, dude. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know. I'm gonna have to like turn to the online beauty queens and like, you know, check out some of the different stuff they have out there, you know? The only way. Yeah. I mean, we know that, but their comments are taken out, like they literally are taking the comments out of context. Like the submission that they made takes the comments entirely out of context and presents them as something that they aren't. And you may intend them to be something else. But what's happening is when those comments are being made and they're having to like utilize lawyer hours to disprove it, and they're having to use, you know, it's just more fight that they have to do. It's, you know, I know that it doesn't make sense and it's confusing and it seems silly, but it legitimately is a problem. And so, is it okay to put it out there that you have nipple ornaments? Nick, I do not know what you're talking about. Daybreak Games, crippled EQ. I mean, SOE started it by ignoring the changes in the MMO market, but Daybreak Games did nothing to stay competitive. I take nobody playing THJ was paying Daybreak products anyway. It's bad PR for them to go after someone like THJ. Instead, they should work towards something like open game license agreement where they have, yeah. Yep, I agree. Next, I wish someone would make Anarchy. There is an Anarchy online emu. One of the easiest combos is the triple pet. Yeah, true. Triple pet is like one of the easiest combos. It's just very expensive. There's a lot of time and money that goes into those builds. Consumers don't like my product and want to buy something else. How dare they? Love capitalism. Creator, what's going on? Did I click the right streamer? Oh, yeah, you clicked the right streamer. What's going on, baby? How you doing? Hopefully you clicked the right streamer. I don't know. Don't know if you follow Zaid. Yes, I follow Zaid. I watched his video. I like Zaid. Zaid, I know Zaid. I talk to Zaid. I used to be an officer in Faceless, although I'm not like super close, like tight knit. I don't talk to him on a regular basis or anything. But I do think he may have misspoke when he claimed that content creators are being sued. To the best of my knowledge, there are no content creators that have been served paperwork or been sued. That includes myself. So I don't know. I don't know what that was. What that comment was about. I also don't know what or how or why they would be able to even sue a content creator based on this. If that was the case, if content creators were liable to like be sued for content they create on anything, like could you sue a like Siskel and Ebert for reviewing movies? Could you sue like it's a very weird thing. I don't know. Like I'm not entirely sure how that would all come to be, but that same thing, like I just think he misspoke, or I don't think he understood or understands. Free use is well established and a very difficult thing to sue over. Yeah. I agree not to make comments like that. I've yearly subbed All Access Daybreak because EQ and EQ2 for 15 years, resubbed a month, EQ, blah, 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 validate. X amount per month, same reason to support. I love sport games I play. Yeah. I clicked in and I'm like, who the heck is this guy? SOE honestly made more of a mistake by trying to chase the market rather than continuing to do their own thing and innovate. Well, so we like to say SOE as a whole, right? But like technically, like Luckland happened, right? And then Brad and Jeff left and they went to go they created Sigil Games and they created Vanguard, right? And then Vanguard kind of ran into its own thing. And then Brad ran off to Pantheon. And Jeff currently works for another company and is in the process of creating another game. And SOE sold to Daybreak. And there was a whole bunch of problems and a whole bunch of issues that came from that. There's a whole background story that involves like some really, really crazy, wild stuff you wouldn't even think of that led to sort of the downfall and needing to sell it. And because of that, like because of how that stuff is and how it's all rooted in, I think they're like, it's not as simple. Like it's never just as simple as like, oh, these guys suck. They're creating this sucky thing. There's a lot of moving parts. And so, Variant 989 and Variant. Yeah. Let's see here. Not a bad look for you, man. The eyebrows, maybe not so much. Yeah, tell me about it. Hopefully I get to keep them, We'll see. We'll see. If you savages continue, if you type !charity, or if you type !stack up, or if you type !call to arms, you'll get a little info, a little link, and you can follow that link to donate some money. There's also a thing underneath the stream that you can click on, and that tells who donated what as well. Hopefully they have Saul Goodman in their corner. There's like, I know stuff about some of that stuff, but I don't want to talk about it. Like, it's not my place to talk about it. And I respect them and I like them. Where the hot sub at? I don't know. I thought it's at your house, Gregor. Here's something unforgivable to me about Daybreak. The new UI inventory window. Why is the inventory window over the top of every other window with no way to change it in the new UI? The new UI was released broken and they still haven't fixed it 2 years later now. That problem should have been solved by summer intern. They promoted broken code to prod and they didn't fix it or roll back. This is the third or fourth company, though, that has owned EverQuest. Yeah. Free use is well established. Yeah. Fair use. Fair use. Too bad Daybreak has ignored thousands of comments regarding how to make their game better. Ironically, THJ made me want to check out TLPs, but now I want to hold off on a subscription because of the lawsuit. I feel the same way about IP holders like Nintendo and Square Enix. When they went after AM2R and Chrono Trigger sequel project, like, why? Get the people who are doing this to work for you. They have to, like, if you want to protect your IP, like I certainly understand like people's thought, but like you technically like there's a statute of limitation. It's not actually called a statute of limitations, but there's a mechanism that is consistent with statute of limitations in which people have to protect their IP. And if you consistently don't protect your IP, then it becomes very gray. And that's when things like this happen. You know, the whole issue with Daybreak and THJ, like when you consistently, I mean, the whole EQMU project, like when you consistently do not protect your IP, you open the door for all sorts of things to happen. I went to a Vanguard meet and greet in San Diego back in the day. I got in trouble with the hotel for smoking a cigar on the balcony. Jesus Christ. Watched Eighth as well as he posted some conspiracy timing the small cent and degree. It was more. Yeah, dude, no, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. I watched that. Yeah, I really like Eighth. I really like most of the content creators that are out there that are creating content for both live and THJ and really EverQuest in general. But I do have some like questions, which is a whole nother thing, actually. Funny enough, you know, if content creators are being sued, what about the content creators that are creating stuff for P99? Because the agreement to operate doesn't somehow like alleviate content creators, right? And I don't even understand what the hell they would sue content creators for, but yeah, I would like, I'm not worried myself, and I don't think people should be worried. Wolverine Muppet Chops work, man. What's the old lady think? She thinks that this is okay. If I lose my eyebrows, I'm probably sleeping on the couch for a month or until they grow back in. I definitely agreed to shave my eyebrows for $4,500 without checking with her first. And yeah, maybe that was an accident. What are those eggs? Those are the Easter account. So for the Easter event, they had all kinds of eggs that they did. And we went ahead and we saved a whole bunch of them without leveling them up. And now I'm going through and still leveling them up. Hey, what item do you have for the focus increase on magic damage? There's a ring. There's a Ring of the Tempest, right? I think it's called Ring of the Tempest. I would love the auto loot feature that is currently in live EQ. Yeah. I mean, that's something. Yeah, Circlet of Falling Time also works, but there's a ring. I prefer the ring over the circlet. Is the statue? It's the statue of Ralisek. Would be amazing for sure. Good call out on fair use. I was Googling free use. And it was alarming. Yeah, no, it's fair use. So fair use allows you to use portions of something, like a greater thing, to create other content. Yep. I think, is that the one? Yes, this is the one. Yeah, Ring of Thunderous Forces. That's the one, not Tempest. Ring of Thunderous Forces. Thank you so much, Sikkim. Appreciate it. This is the ring you want to get. Nick. That was Nick. So, Ring of Thunderous Forces. Thanks a lot, Hyad. Brogan still hoping for a Lego egg bag. Listen, here's what I'll tell you. I won't delete the Lego egg bag. I did delete after 44 kills trying to get Leopard. I just deleted Leopard. If I get a Lego egg bag, I will not, like if I get a Lego basket, I will not be deleting that one. I do like watching the world burn, but by God, those frickin' baskets, I tell you what. I too have a lot of eggs. Yeah, I had over 100 eggs. And what ended up happening is I almost sold. Well, I did sell on stream. I had all of these. I had looted them, and it auto-looted them into this bag. And because I was looting them out of my bank, and it automatically put them in this bag, and then this whole bag was full, and I didn't want to, I didn't like switch it around. I was being lazy. And so what I ended up doing was I went over to a vendor, and then I was trying to close the window, and I wasn't paying attention because I thought the other button Like, I thought how there's two buttons? I thought the other button was like, do not sell, but it was actually like, sell all but one, and boom, all the items were gone. That sucked. Absolutely sucked. Don't do that. Yeah. AKA, don't be lazy. Because when you're lazy, you accidentally sell all your Easter eggs, and then you're sad on stream, and then people tell you what a piece of crap you are in your YouTube comments. True. They tell you. They're like, hey, man, you're a piece of crap. You should probably just go throw yourself off a cliff because you're such a terrible EQ player because you sold all those eggs. But I didn't take it personally or anything. Not me. No. It's crazy because I played light on and off during Easter and I didn't get many eggs, but the last egg I upgraded was a Lego bag. Oh, you son of a bitch. Maybe if THA is allowed to create more content, they can create a quest for like a miniature of a Nikki familiar with a backpack on that goes around and loots all your corpses and Dude, old school, don't tease me. You're talking about like a Diablo pet? Like the way Diablo pets work, where they run around and they loot goblin all the money and stuff. And I think now there's like a system where they actually pick up your breaths and stuff too. Imagine imagine it's this guy, right? And you can actually put backpacks in his inventory, and then he runs around and loots stuff. And then when you finish, like, you would just go over and sell his inventory. That'd be freaking awesome. That'd be awesome. Innovation. Do I give Broken my Lego Easter bag to give away and see if he can? I'm like holding it and caressing it. No. I gotta go sell all this. Advanced loot is more likely, but I appreciate the dreams. Maybe, what if it's an advanced loot window that only works when you have that pet active? That could be cool. Could be a fun little mechanic. Fun little doohickey. As he like runs around, he literally like collects all the stuff, you know? Shit. Keep forgetting that I can't do that while in the store. While in the vendor. There we go. And we'll go talk to you again. We'll sell. Nice. We made some good money this stream for sure. Hello, Jukebox. What's going on, baby? I mean, to be fair, I do. Yeah. Well, I believe you. I believe you. That sounds like Twilight 2 pets. Ooh. Torchlight. Ah, Torchlight. Yeah. Cool. We're getting there, guys. We don't have a whole lot left. 3, 6, 9, 10. We have 10 left. Not bad. If Daybreak wants to make their customers happy, they need to stop requiring 6+ people for expeditions. I resubscribed for a month, level 105, wanted to go kill Luckland raid mobs for fun. I can't unless I convince 5 other people to join me. Do you want to know a secret? Do you want to know a secret how to do that? I'll tell you. It's really simple. So, Daybadoo, all you got to do is have someone else, have one other friend, they log in to 4 characters or 5 characters, you invite them, then they log off while still in your group, and then another one logs in, and then you invite them, and then they log off, and then you just do that till your group is full, and then once your group is full, you create the expedition, and you can go and do it. Yep, that's all you got to do. Of course. It's another thing that encourages botting and like it's the hardest thing. Like if you really want to think about it, right? If you really want to sit down and you want to break this down, Like, I try to think about things like I have that parole officer mentality. And so I look at behavior and I look at like what exists to make someone act a certain way, like what encourages certain play styles and things. And I would say, unfortunately, with live EverQuest, there is like massive, like absolute massive, like just insanely large loops that really reinforce certain play styles. And those play styles include getting additional accounts, playing with bots, cheating, just in general. The investment of time is far too great. Getting groups and finding groups is far too great. And people will be like, oh, well, just join a guild. Yeah, well, you can join a guild. And I can tell you this, when you join that guild, you're going to run into all sorts of people who are running huge bot groups. Trust me, I know. I did it. I looked. I tried. And that's exactly what I ran into every time, was people running 4-man, 5-man, 6-man groups that were entirely made up of bots. And, you know, it was just like, I'm just joining their bot group. Because I tried for a really long time to just play one character and play alone. And like, when you have things that reinforce that type of behavior pattern, and then people get sick of it, and they want to move on because they don't want to engage in that. They don't want to engage in the behavior pattern, and they also don't want to get punished for engaging in that behavior pattern. It creates dynamics, and they're bad dynamics. Like, that is not a good thing. It's like you don't go into a place where people steal and leave your purse hanging out there. Guess what? It gets stolen. I promise. It's the whole thing, like, don't drive drunk because you'll probably have an accident. Like, same thing. Don't make a decision that is going to tell people to do something that is likely going to put things at risk. Not recommended, not advised. The servers are run by botters. Yeah, Stunzeed, exactly. Exactly. If they're offline, can I kick them from the expedition and grab a new one, or do I have to log them all back in again? You can kick them from the expedition. You can do, like, I can't remember, what is it, kick P EXP or something like that. You can kick them all from the expedition. Last TOP really was Finny. Yeah. Don't worry, Broken. I got a bot group I can use to help you. Ooh, Candyman. Hell yeah, baby. I was running a 6-man group at one point. It just wasn't fun. I quit because botting is not fun to me. So botting was fun to me because the fascination in trying to see how much content I could tackle with like, am I good enough at programming my bots? So, because I didn't download, they were basically like INIs, and the INI would tell your characters how to behave. And it was fun to me to create my own INIs and like do it in a way like, what's the top tier content I can do? How far can I push this? You know? And I actually had a lot of fun with it. Trying to do that. It became almost like a mini game within the game. It's not fun to not bot because you can't progress. It's not fun to bot because it's just not fun. Yeah. Not to mention, can't afford running multiple bots to do that on TLPs. Well, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, the whole like amount of accounts that you're running and everything. I typically did it on non TLP servers personally. The Kiss Assist community and the Red Guides community is vehemently against utilizing bots and stuff on the TLPs, and I support that. Like, I think Sick and Red Bot and them, like, I think that they have a good idea and they have a good plan, and they run things. They run a pretty clean ship, so I support that, and I don't want to. Like, I didn't want to bring any additional like hate or problems their way. So, you know, I respected their wishes. Because there are ways you can run bot programs on TLPs, even though they don't release the files to do so. Sounds like a lot like a drug dealer. Get hooked, make them stay, and then spend more time and money. Yeah. And then wonder why they steal things to support the habit. Like, it's such a weird thing. So weird to me. I wonder if there is legal precedent that exists, because I know there are things like some states This is why in some states, like if you have a pool, you have to have a fence around your pool, and it has to be like a pool, or it has to be a fence that blocks line of sight to the pool, because they consider it like essentially that pool being there, whether it's abandoned or whatever the case may be. If somebody sneaks into your backyard and uses your pool, I can't remember what the hell it's called, but basically you're creating a situation where the thought of like breaking in and using your pool is too alluring to a like somebody who's just like a passerby, and so you are responsible. I can't remember the hell it's called. Also, no climb fence and a special gate lock. What's going on, Candyman? Man, there's 2 Candymans in here. I don't know what to do with myself. Candyman and Candyman, what's going on? So much Candyman. Pool too sexy. Attractive nuisance or something. Yes, yes, I hate this town. Yes, yeah. That's totally what it is. It's something like creating an attractive nuisance. Yeah, that's totally what it is. I'm the real one. I don't know. I think the Candymen should duke it out. Who has the most candy? Who can get the most kids into? No, I didn't say that. I tried to play an active guild. It was just bot players who did never talk and just use guild TP. So I stayed in my old OG guild and got chaosed by a 6-boxer twice. That's why I quit live, and they will never fix it. Yeah. But on the flip side, if someone breaks in and gets hurt, no one can see the issue. Yeah. Oh, well, listen, a majority of laws exist to protect some group or some populace. And I know there are certainly dumb laws on the books. Like, we can all come up with some law that is really stupid. But for the most part, that's typically why laws are supposed to exist, is to prevent certain things. Not all laws are perfect, and not all perfect are all laws. Yeah. Make sense of that, huh? You make sense of that. I make caramel candies for a living? Ooh, okay. Well, whoa, Candyman. I don't know, man. I don't know. Candyman with a Y is creating an attractive nuisance for me. He makes caramel candies for a living. Candyman with an I, what do you do? Tell me about you and what you do. What kind of contributions do you have to the candy world? Next pull, do it blindfolded. I don't know if I can do that. I don't think that would go well. It's against the law to ride a giraffe backwards in Idaho. I don't know if that's the rider sitting backwards or the rider making the giraffe go backwards. Yeah. In like Massachusetts and Vermont, it's against the law to whistle underwater. Old witch trial laws, because you could only whistle underwater if you were a witch. Some dumb shit. Am I late to the party? No, baby, you're never late. You're always right on time, needed. I've searched through all of yours in VV Stream, and I can find back to February and can only find several references of Raporia saying they will do no major, yeah. Fizzy Elf Ninja, I really do appreciate that. That's you basically found all the same exact stuff that I did, unfortunately. I honestly don't remember, like, I have no idea. And the verbiage, like, I don't know what verbiage was used, because I was basically searching like Fangbreaker, TLP, play, go play, make, like, I literally like scoured through tons and tons of transcriptions trying to find it. I really do appreciate you looking though. Or a duck. In GA, it's sleep while driving. I mean, that seems pretty important, yeah. San Francisco, I can't spell, but it's against the law to leave your elephant by a parking meter and not pay for it. I wonder what do you guys think? What do you think happened that a law like that existed? Who do you think was leaving their elephants out there taking up parking spots? Huh? Who was it? Who can make the sunrise, sprinkle it with dew, cover it with chocolate, and a miracle or two The Candyman can. He does say several times through he does not want to conflict with them. Yeah, yeah. I guess Hannibal is in trouble. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's almost as bad as warning labels. Like on the hairdryer, you wouldn't know. It says not to use in the shower. Yeah. Well, it's, you know, the McDonald's coffee cups that now say caution, hot contents. Because somebody sued them because they burned themselves on the frickin' coffee. It's like, you frickin' like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There needs to be like a level of common sense. And unfortunately, you know, both sides exist because some dumbass on either side did something stupid. But like, god damn. It's like, hey, don't do this really dumb thing. It's bad. Don't really do this dumb thing. It's really bad. It's legal to hide dirt in a home by sweeping it under the rug in Pennsylvania. What the crap? The law in San Francisco is you walk an elephant is had a live leash and a call. Oh, God. Sarkoth, what's going on, baby? How are you doing? Actually, we got to look. We got to pay attention because pretty soon here, we're going to have to raid you guys over to Void. In Sutherland, Oregon, it used to be illegal to not tie your automobile to a hitch ring while shopping downtown. These are great. I feel like we should have a whole stream where people just come up with crazy laws and we look them up and we read about them. And we read why they exist. Like, who the hell created, who recommended that law, and then who voted for that law? Like, what was the pretense in why that law exists? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby. The getting burned coffee thing from that woman who got severely burned on a McDonald's coffee is actually a gigantic smear campaign for McDonald's to obfuscate the issue they caused. Kalisura, tell me more. Tell me more. Educate me. Educate me, senpai. The first cars didn't have brakes. Yeah. Well, didn't they have like a parking brake though? Like, wasn't it like a lever that you engaged and it stopped it? Would the Hopebringer shield combo work well for Warrior Cleric Beast as well? So Steve, if you're playing a Paladin, Hopebringer is best. But if you don't have Paladin, you can't use a Hopebringer. If you're using a Cleric, Hammer of Holy Vengeance would be the way to go. Hammer of Holy Vengeance would be the item you want to use. Used to be you couldn't buy booze or cars on Sunday. Now you can buy it and all and more in Colorado. Ooh, in Arizona you can buy booze in a drive-thru. Yeah, dude. When I moved to Florida, this was a long time ago, but when I moved to Florida, there was this whole thing where they had drive-thrus and you could buy the drink like in the cup pre-mixed. Like, it wasn't like you were buying a beer. It was like, basically it was a plastic cup with like a margarita in it, and there was like a straw taped to the side of it, and they put like all they did was put a piece of tape over the like part where you pop the straw in, and that was allegedly like enough to quote unquote like convince people to not like open it up and drink it. And I'm just like, what the fuck, are you crazy? What stops somebody? First of all, the moisture on that container is enough to make that like piece of tape. You could just pull the piece of tape off, pop the straw in there, drink it, then quickly, like, you get pulled over. All you got to do is just push the piece of tape over the top. It's like, laws like that are so, like, things like that are so crazy to me. It's so nuts because it's so easy to manipulate. And therefore, like, in a couple of the states that I've lived in, they have these rules where, like, if you have a law and it's, like, unenforceable because of how hard it is to track, it, like, people can say in open court that's an unenforceable law, and therefore it can't be upheld. Because typically what would end up happening is the only time the law would get enforced is when somebody was being targeted for something else, or you know, there was an idea or concept that something else was happening. They utilized that law as a way to like get in the door, essentially. Still no lottery and out. Well, really? I mean, lottery is a weird thing anyway. No. Doppel. The plaintiff, Stella Liebig, 79, purchased a hot coffee from, spilled it in her lap and suffered third-degree burns. Ooh, Davido, thank you so much for the follow. Third degree, she was hospitalized for 8 days after ongoing skin grafting. 79-year-old woman. Followed by 2 years of medical treatment. The coffee was served between 180 and 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Info sourced from Wikipedia. Fuck, guys. Can you imagine coffee? Like, how did they get the coffee to be that hot? That's nuts. Like, was the hot plate broken? I don't even, like, can you... I don't know. I have nothing. High pressure hot water pipe. Yeah, but the hot water pipe, like, the coffee, unless it was fresh coffee. Maybe it was fresh coffee. Maybe that's the case. Like, it was just recently heated. But, like, the hot plate, if it rise to that temperature, I would think that it would melt the things around it and possibly, like, crack things around it, too. Hell, it might even crack the coffee pot. Although they use, like, metal coffee pots, I think. I don't know. That's wild. That's freaking crazy. You're no longer allowed to kill Scotsman carrying a bow and arrow within York City walls, in case you were wondering. But it was legal in 2013. And what the crap? What in the... What? What? That's wild. I think it was also McDonald's also didn't fix the problem after. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a whole different... Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame. They boiled the water? They boiled the water. Guys, what's the boiling point for water? I know somebody knows. I do not know off the top of my head what the boiling point is for water. Is it 220? 212. Oh, it is exactly 212. Okay. And that's why it's an R&R. Okay. So 220. They literally boiled the water. What the fuck? That's crazy. That is insane. That is insane. Like, wow. Why on earth? Does anybody know the case details? Like, was that the only place that they did that at? I'm just kind of curious, like, was McDonald's boiling the water everywhere? Like, freedom units. Yeah, freedom units. Freedom fries. Did you hear about the lady who called the police because McDonald's was out of chicken? Yeah, listen. You would not believe how many situations like that I have dealt with. And I've seen, yes. Other documents showed that from 1982 to 1992, McDonald's had received more than 700 reports of people burned by McDonald's coffee at varying degrees of severity. Oh, okay. That's a whole nother ball game. They had been dealing with it for freaking 10 years. And then oh, dude, that's not cool. Well, I don't know why they would. No, never mind. I totally know why they would boil the water. Because they weren't properly cleaning the equipment. So if you boiled the water, you would it wouldn't matter what's in the line. It wouldn't matter what's in the pot. You would be arguably killing whatever it was. And then you could... Oh, dude. Fuck. That's crazy. Also, optimal brewing temp is around 190. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. That's wild. What would be the best weapons to give a pet? Funky music. Which pet? Which pet? It wasn't that hot at the one I worked at, but it was popular for older folks to ask for ice in their car. Oh, interesting. Oklahoma forbidding people to wear boots to bed and not allowing whaling in the state. I've heard the whaling in the state. Beast. Okay, so for Beast, Grimroar's chest or the marble chest. You're gonna want probably. I mean, I'm a personal advocate for the Hammer of Holy Vengeance and the Shanai. That's my personal preference. But you could also argue or work towards like a... I mean, there's a couple of different options, really. You could do the Cudgel. You could do the Cudgel of Venomous Hatred for a life tap. I really like the Hammer of Holy Vengeance because it has the group heal and it has a damage proc attached to it. It just does really well with that. I like Hammer of the Time Weaver and Offhand. Nice. The scary thing is McDonald's makes so much money off lawsuits because they can only raise their prices based on cost to stay open. So when they get sued, they can raise their prices. How does that work? So Cronenberg, if that's true, how did they just like... Because my wife and I were talking about this the other day. I think we went to like a Burger King or something. And the prices for fast food is insane now. Like I haven't really eaten a lot of fast food in a long time. When we went to a Burger King... And we got like all we got was 2 burgers. That's all we got. We didn't get fries. We didn't get like, I think I might have got a Fanta, like the frozen Fanta thing. And it was crazy expensive. Like it was unbelievable. And I was like, I remember as a kid, you used to be able to get like 2 meals for under $10. You know what I mean? Like 2 full, like drink, fries, the burger, everything. Back in my day, You could afford all these things, and it was great. It was amazing. Oh, whoa. Needon. I think it's different here. So I'm in Vermont, and everything has a sin tax. So I think just a sandwich, like a cheeseburger, just a cheeseburger sandwich, is like between $6 and $10. It's crazy. And if you want like one of those specialty burgers, just the burger is like $10 to $12 because we have those sin taxes. Yeah. How is Burger King even still? Everyone is gone to in the last 5+ years. I was the only one in the drive-through. I don't know. Went for a burger and fries earlier this week, and they gave me the price. I drove away. Exactly. Dude, it's crazy. It's insane. The only thing not 1% is pet gets to use the master's A. No. So Zanarnar, pets don't get the AAs. They get their AAs. The pet gets their own AAs. I'm in New Hampshire and I can't stand going to VT. They use paper straws and break your... Oh yeah, grits. Where in New Hampshire are you, baby? Where in New Hampshire are you? So the whole state doesn't have a paper straw thing, but a lot of the townships do. And like the town I live in we don't have paper straws. We have plastic straws. Oh, Manchester. Yeah. Hell yeah. I used to go down there a lot. It's a nice area. Lots of tolls. What? $18? Jesus Christ, Tyrone. Oh, Five Guys. Five Guys is a ripoff, man. Five Guys is crazy expensive. All right, folks. We're going to raid you guys over to Void because the Q&A is going to be kicking off here. I've worked in St. Albans and Williston. I think they both have it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, Grits, I I live just north of there. Well, actually, just south of St. Albans and just north of Williston. I live in a town called Colchester. I'm like right outside of Burlington. The Wendy's near me gives you paper straws and plastic cups. It's because those businesses don't actually believe in that crap. They're only doing whatever they're mandated to do by law, which is dumb. Like it's stupid. There's so much dumb, stupid shit. In addition to that, to create the process to create those straws, those paper straws, is like horrible for the environment. It's so dumb, so dumb. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful. Just insanely expensive. We just got our new property tax bill, and I was like, oh god, time to move. If anybody has a open basement, I need to go there. I'm moving in. I couldn't find it live and saw it as a tape the next day. Is it on his regular YouTube? Yes. So he posts them on his YouTube. He doesn't always post them the night of. Sometimes it's like the day or two after, but he does post them on his YouTube. And he will post them in the Discord as well. So just look in there. We're going to go ahead and raid you folks over. I do love you guys. You guys are awesome. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out. You guys are beautiful people. Thank you again so much for all the gifted subs and just being freaking awesome people. And we had a great, mature, and adult conversation, which I love to have. And you guys were all adults and mature, and I love that about this community, that we can talk about things and we don't have to be little children and poo-poo and papa, and everybody can have their opinions, and we don't have to like jump down their throat and kill them for it. Great. I love it. I love it. You guys are awesome. Appreciate y'all hanging out. We'll be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a little bit of an earlier stream. I've got some family coming over. I might stream later too. I don't know. I haven't like really decided, but we've got some family coming over from out of town, and we're going to be hanging out with them for a little while during the day tomorrow. So there will be a stream still. I'm just not sold on if it's going to be an early stream or if it's going to be a late stream. But I love y'all. You're beautiful. Enjoy the Q&A. We'll be there. Check it out. Hope to see you guys there. And let's go ahead and wrap these guys over there. We're going to hit this baby right here. Love you all. Take it easy. Thanks again, folks. Beautiful.